Chapter 398. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you that you can't replenish your immortal chi here if you run out. Although you have devil chi in your body, you can't replenish it either. Hence, it's not easy to help you level up. As soon as these words came out, Linley felt completely helpless. A surge of anger welled up in his heart, and his mood was extremely bad. How is this a trap? This is simply a trap. Killing zombies is one thing, but why can't I replenish my energy? Isn't this the same as letting me fight them hand to hand? When he thought of this, the hairs on Linley's body stood on end. At the same time, he was a little worried. Awu, standing on the spot, Lin Ray looked at the zombies rushing towards him. Without hesitation, he lifted the Martial Emperor Divine Spear, and the illusory Spirit Blood Fire appeared at the right time. Like a small snake, it wrapped around the Martial Emperor Divine Spear. At this time, the Martial Emperor Divine Spear was already incomparably mighty, but now, it was even more demonic and moving. Poof! It pierced the head of the zombie closest to him. In an instant, the illusory Spirit Blood Fire wrapped around it began to burn the zombie's brain. Boom! Lin Ray, who had increased his firepower, burned the zombie to ashes in an instant. But because of this, Linley could sense that even though he was only a demon corpse, he was using up an enormous amount of energy as well. After all, the illusory soul fire was extremely powerful. Activating it consumed a significant amount of energy. If this continued, he was afraid that after 3 days, he would not have any spiritual energy left to activate the illusory Spirit Blood Fire. Feeling the strange seriousness of the situation, Lin Ray's face was as gloomy as water. At the same time, his heart sank. Humph, little dragon, you tricked me this time. Let's see if I don't get back at you in the future. I'll let you know that you're courting death. Poof, poof. Another critical hit and another 2 zombies left. However, there were hundreds of thousands of zombies around, densely packed like ants. It was a headache. When the F***ck is this going to end? Just like that, Lin Ray began his massacre. Although they were all dead, Lin Ray could still feel his murderous aura gradually increasing after killing them. 1 step killed 1 person, 10 steps killed 10. Basically, Lin Ray could be considered a thief that did not leave empty-handed. Every step he took, a corpse would fall without exception. The prelude to the slaughter had begun, and in the end, it didn't stop. As Lin Ray killed more and more, he didn't feel tired, didn't know whether it was day or night, and didn't even dare to blink. Even Lin Ray had never experienced something like this before. However, at this moment, Lin Ray discovered that the speed at which the zombies were growing was much faster than the speed at which he was killing them. Sensing this scene, Lin Ray's heart had already sunk to the bottom of the valley. His face was so gloomy that it could drip water, and the viciousness in his eyes continued to increase. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 3 days later, the immortal chi was exhausted, and the illusory Spirit Blood Fire gradually dimmed. At this moment, Lin Ray seemed to have lost his confidence. Looking at the illusory Spirit Blood Fire that was already so weak that it could barely be seen, Linley had completely lost all hope. However, the ground beneath his feet was already filled with corpses, but the corpses around him were still the same as yesterday, or even worse. "Ha, husband, you must come back. I'll wait for you at home with the children. Husband, I'll always wait for you. Waiting for you is the happiest thing in my life. Father, look, I'm awesome, right? I've learned everything you told me to do in the jungle. These are the rabbits and pheasants I killed today. Father, I know I was wrong. I shouldn't have left mother and fled back alone. Father, husband, father. No, I can't give up. I still have a wife and children waiting for me to come home. I can't just die here. Just as Lin Ray decided to give up and wait to be killed, the voices of his wife and children began to appear in his mind. Memories of the peaceful days he spent with his wife and children after he lost his memories kept appearing in his mind. The voices of his wife and children lingered in his ears like a magic spell, making Lin Rei regain his confidence. His strength also emerged, and he was even stronger than before. Humph, prepare to die. Although I don't have the illusory spirit blood fire or the immortal chi, my body is comparable to that of an immortal emperor. The martial emperor godly spear disappeared, and in an instant, a long sword covered in flames appeared in his hand. This long sword was the myriad laws sword that he had obtained from the auction in the crystal-clear water pavilion in ancient capital city. It was just right to restrain the evil things in front of him. Prepare to die. As he spoke, Lin Rei rushed into the crowd of zombies with the sword in his hand. He was as ethereal as an immortal, and he was fearless and indomitable. Relying on the strength of his body, without any cultivation base, he killed the zombies with the sword in his hand. As zombies that had jumped out of the 6 paths and were not in the 5 elements, they were at most in the celestial immortal realm. However, hundreds and thousands of zombies were not a joke. Slash. Suddenly, a blood-red wound appeared in Linley's heart. Violet blood flowed out from the wound. Hiss. Feeling the pain in his heart, Lin Rei took a deep breath and quickly raised his spirit to continue fighting. At this moment, Jean Ling, who was in the heavenly palace in the east, was talking to her disciple. Suddenly, she felt a pain in her heart, and an ominous premonition appeared. What's going on? Why does my heart hurt so much? At this moment, Jean Ling's face was pale. Her heart was in pain, and her eyes were full of uncertainty. Not only Jean Ling, but Jean En, who was buying noodles and cultivating, was also the same. His heart ached, and an ominous premonition surged in his heart. Could it be father? Thinking of something, Jean En hurriedly stood up and quickly came to the main hall of the heavenly palace. Seeing his mother's pale face, he strode forward to ask about the situation. Mother, father, he. Speaking of this, Jean Ling secretly nodded to her son, telling him not to make a fuss. And, remember, now take a few people to find your father. I feel that your father is in danger now. Although I don't know whether you can find him, you still have to try. At the same time, when you go outside, don't tell others that you are a disciple of the Xuanzong Sect. At this moment, our Xuanzong Sect is the target of the whole immortal realm, so. Well, I remember, mother, I'll go now. Jean En, who understood everything, responded and left the main hall. He found 2 cultivators at the peak of the immortal realm and left. They obeyed the young sect master of the Xuanzong Sect. Seeing her son leave, Jean Ling's pale face recovered a lot, but the panic and worry in her heart did not lessen at all. At this moment, Lin Rei, who they were worried about, was already exhausted, but he still persevered in killing the zombies. The supreme celestial artifact immortal robe on his body was soaked by the stinky blood of the zombies, which was extremely disgusting. However, there was also a good sign. At this time, the number of corpses was gradually decreasing due to his killing. Seeing this, Linley revealed a happy smile. Hey, finally, it's almost over. Looking at the few zombies left, Lin Rei mustered up his strength and rushed forward again with the Fire Stream 10,000 Laws sword. Although almost all the zombies were killed, Lin Rei's body was not much better at this moment. His body was covered with wounds. Even if he had a body like a supreme celestial artifact, so what? Under the attack of so many zombies, he was still covered in wounds. Puff, puff, puff. One by one, their heads were chopped off by Lin Rei. In addition, the Fire Stream 10,000 Laws sword had its own flame, so they died not long after their heads were chopped off. Puff, finally, after half a day, the head of the last zombie was chopped off by Lin Rei. Plop, regardless of whether the ground was disgusting or not, he directly lay on the ground, closed his eyes, and fell into a deep sleep. He didn't even care if there was any danger around him. That was simply instant sleep. Hee, it seems that this time the joke is too big, but fortunately, this difficulty has stopped. This is enough to prove that you are the chosen son of destiny. The little dragon, who had disappeared before, came out the moment Lin Rei fell into a deep sleep. With a gratified smile on his face, he muttered. But, after this kid wakes up, will he chase me to kill me? Thinking of Lin Rei's temper, he could imagine Lin Rei chasing after him after he woke up. For a moment, the little dragon was frightened by the scene he imagined, and then disappeared. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was sleeping soundly, unknowingly began to snore, and the sound was getting louder and louder. Kill, kill, kill. Even though Lin Rei was sleeping soundly, he did not forget the previous scene, and his hands kept waving in the air. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for completing the mission of strangling the zombies. Complete. Ding dong, reward received. Upgrade by 1 level. Do you wish to receive? Do you wish to receive? At this moment, the system's voice asked, but how could Lin Rei, who was sleeping soundly, know? Yes, ding dong, congratulations to the host for successfully receiving the reward. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. Do you wish to upgrade now? Do you wish to upgrade? Yes, Lin Rei, who was sleeping soundly, had unknowingly received the reward, and even allowed it to upgrade his cultivation. Ding dong, upgrading the host's cultivation, please wait a moment. Time passed little by little, and in a short while, a terrifying aura exuded from Lin Rei's body. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for successfully upgrading. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for reaching the middle stage of the immortal monarch realm. I hope you can continue to work hard and create more glory. Chapter 399. Phew, in the devil's den, there was no daylight, and no one knew how much time had passed. After a long time, Lin Rei, who was sound asleep, woke up. What a comfortable sleep. At this time, Lin Rei, who was lying on the ground, felt indescribably comfortable and relaxed. The exhaustion brought about by the exhaustion of the immortal qi and the exhaustion of the energy in his body had completely disappeared at this moment. However, the only thing that made Lin Rei uncomfortable was the stench of the corpse under him. This stench made Lin Rei want to die. Lin Rei, who was full of helplessness, quickly stood up. Looking at the mountains of corpses and seas of blood around him, Lin Rei was shocked. He had never thought that he could kill so many corpses. Previously, he wanted to kill them quickly and leave. He didn't expect that during the process, he would kill so many corpses that he couldn't stop. Now that he thought about it, Lin Rei's heart still palpitated. I leveled up. As he sighed with emotion, a wave of energy woke him up immediately. At the same time, he was full of doubts. Before he fainted, he was still at the early stage of the immortal monarch realm. Moreover, his celestial spiritual qi had been exhausted. However, when he woke up, he found that his cultivation had broken through. Lin Rei was very confused about this, but more than that, he was pleasantly surprised. The most reasonable explanation was that the system had given him the reward. Besides this explanation, Lin Rei couldn't think of any other explanation. Looking down at his tattered clothes, Lin Rei frowned and took off his clothes hurriedly when he saw the stench of the corpse's blood. Oh! My money! A good top-grade celestial artifact was destroyed just like that. At this time, looking at his destroyed celestial artifact, Lin Rei wanted to cry but had no tears. He was as distressed as a miser. If Lin Rei's enemies saw this, they would think that they had gone to the wrong place. They wouldn't want to believe that this was their greatest enemy. Well done. Boy, it's only been a few days, and you've recovered completely? Ugh. The little dragon's voice suddenly sounded. Lin Rei didn't know what to say, but Lin Rei could feel that the anger in his body was about to explode, and he wanted to rush forward and *ck him up. With a murderous gaze, he looked at the little dragon who had caused him so much trouble. He did not say anything and just looked at him coldly, as if he was seeking an explanation from the little dragon. This. Of course, he was well aware of Lin Rei's hatred and murderous intent. Thinking back to the moment when Lin Rei was on the verge of death, the little dragon had nothing to say. Neither of them spoke, but the little dragon could feel that the anger in Lin Rei's heart was gradually increasing. Moreover, it was becoming more and more intense, like a flame that was born with the momentum. He couldn't wait to burn him to ashes. It would be best if there wasn't even a trace of him left. Humph, little dragon, you're really something. Finally, Lin Rei couldn't take it anymore and directly roared. His voice was so cold that the little dragon felt as if his body was frozen. Lin Rei, don't you think that this is a test for you? Look, after this, you have to work harder and pay more attention to the strength of your body. This time, you can take it as a warning of danger. Damn you. At this moment, Lin Rei found it hard to believe that the little dragon could be so shameless. Lin Rei wanted to applaud him for being so shameless. Moreover, the little dragon's sophistry made Lin Rei unable to refute, as if all this was for him. You still have the cheek to act shamelessly in front of me. Tell me, why did you trick me before? When I asked you if there was any danger, what did you say? When you said that, you were very certain and sincerely said that there was no danger. Didn't you say that you were trying to kill me? Although I didn't die and leveled up in the end, it doesn't mean that you didn't know that I was tricking me. Lin Rei was the most talkative. He was like a machine gun that couldn't be stopped, blabbering non-stop. At this moment, the little dragon was speechless after listening to Lin Rei's words. He didn't know what to say. Besides, there was nothing much to say. Regarding Lin Rei's complaints, the little dragon didn't say much or express much because this matter was indeed his fault. So, okay, I owe you this time. If there's anything you want me to do in the future, feel free to tell me. I won't hesitate to help you get it done. As soon as these words left his mouth, Lin Li immediately perked up. The resentful look on his face disappeared, and all that was left was happiness and excitement. For the little dragon, this was a huge favor. Others wouldn't be able to return it even if they wanted to. You said that no matter what it is, you'll do it for me? Yes, that's right. The uncertain Lin Rei asked for confirmation and finally gave the little dragon a definite answer. At this moment, the complaints in Lin Rei's heart about being tricked had disappeared. Even if there were, they would disappear with the passage of time. So, this time, not only did Lin Rei not suffer a loss, but he also profited from it. He was grinning from ear to ear. Are you sure you want to keep talking to me like this? The little dragon's voice sounded and Lin Rei couldn't help but look at his own body. In the blink of an eye, it was a day of naked, white, and clean bodies with wounds occasionally appearing in front of his eyes. *ck, why didn't you say so earlier? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei realized that when he was talking to it previously, he was completely naked. He had taken off his clothes and didn't have time to change them. This time, Lin Rei's face was completely lost. With a slightly red face, Lin Rei felt very embarrassed. He quickly took out a set of top-grade immortal equipment from the system and put it on himself. The drifting cloud set that he had just changed into was completely scrapped. Regarding this, Lin Rei couldn't help but feel heartache. After all, it was a top-grade immortal equipment. Anyone would feel heartache for a while. Even in the outside world's top sects, it was impossible to casually take out a set of top-grade immortal equipment. Humph, Scrooge, I really don't know why you are such a person. You value money as much as your life. At this time, Lin Rei's scene was completely seen by the little dragon, and it was immediately disdainful. However, as soon as these words were said, Lin Rei was unwilling and immediately defended himself. You still have the nerve to say that. I am the leader of a sect, and I have tens of thousands of disciples to support. You make it sound so easy. To me, it's a very large amount of resources. It's all money. Tell me, how can I not feel heartache? At this point, Lin Rei's face was full of grievance and pity. It was as if he was the only pitiful person in the world, and everyone else was very rich. Okay. Looking at Lin Rei's appearance, the little dragon was completely speechless. Then, it disappeared from Lin Rei's sight. You're still too inexperienced to fight with me. Looking at the place where the little dragon disappeared, Lin Rei couldn't help but snort in his heart. Everything was over. Looking at the fire stream of 10,000 Law's sword that was still burning underground, Lin Rei was very grateful. If it weren't for it, he would have been here. Bending down, he grabbed the fire stream of 10,000 Law's sword. After wiping it on his hand, he put it into the storage ring. It's over. Since there are so many corpses guarding here, maybe there are even more powerful things inside. However, since there were powerful guards, there must be very precious treasures of heaven and earth. Otherwise, with so many corpses, it was enough to compete with a first-rate sect in the outside world. As the saying goes, fortune is disaster. Danger and opportunity coexist. Similarly, they were proportional. Without saying a word, Lin Rei didn't even look at the surface of this place. Then, he walked deeper into the place. Although he didn't know how many days had passed since he fainted, Lin Rei was relieved when he thought about how Wang Kuei and Wang Wen couldn't act rashly without his orders. However, what Lin Rei didn't know was that when he was in danger, his wife and son also felt it and came out to look for him. But then again, as the saying went, connected by blood, connected by heart, was absolutely true. At this moment, at the intersection between the eastern and central regions, Jin En was leading a group of people in the direction of Linley's current location. His face was full of anxiety and at the same time, he was very tired. However, when he thought of the palpitations from before, he didn't dare to stop running. He wanted to make sure that his father was safe. Only then would he dare to go back and tell his mother and not let her worry. Young master, we're sure that this is the right way to go. The sect leader didn't say where he was going, let alone which direction to go. If you go like this, will you? At this time, one of the two people following Lin Rei asked anxiously. He had been running for many days and was very anxious. However, in the end, he couldn't say anything else. I can feel that my father is in this direction. Don't worry, if we go in this direction, we'll definitely find my father. I'm sure of this. At this moment, Jin En was very sure of his words. At the same time, his face was full of confidence, as if he was right. In fact, Jin En was just putting on a strong front. He looked strong, but he was actually very guilty. He didn't know if he was right, but he would still follow the path he had pointed out. Yes, we understand. Since Jin En was sure, they had nothing else to say. After all, the person who spoke was the young sect leader of the Xuanzong sect, their master. Alright, everyone, let's hurry up. Looking at their expressions, Lin Rei didn't have a chance. He immediately increased his strength and broke through his limit again, rushing towards the central continent. Chapter 400. At this point, Lin Rei was already deep into the demon's den. Other than the wave of corpses he had met earlier, there was nothing else. His journey was smooth sailing and he did not meet with any other dangers. Everything else was the same as before. There was not a single blade of grass, nor was there a single living thing. Other than the dark and eerie aura around him, the only other thing he could sense was the dense demonic aura. F***ck. Damn it. Can't there be some spiritual herbs or elixirs? This place is so bare that I don't even want to look at it anymore. At this point, Lin Rei was extremely dissatisfied with the current state of the demon's den. It was a little boring. In fact, Lin Rei was starting to miss the times he had fought with the corpses. However, what Lin Rei did not know was that the person sent out by Qianquan's sect had already arrived at Sword Sect. In the main hall of Sword Sect, the black-robed man from Qianquan's sect was standing below. The Sword Sect leader, Jian Wudi, who had just returned from Xuanzong sect, was sitting on the sect leader's seat. His eyes were filled with disdain and contempt. Looking at the black-robed man, he said coldly, "Humph. Someone from Qianquan's sect. Tisk, it's been 1,000 years. We haven't contacted each other for 1,000 years. Why are you here all of a sudden?" Replying to sect leader Jian, "I'm here on the orders of my sect leader to pass on the message of Qianquan's sect." He had heard of Jian Wudi in Qianquan's sect. Jian Wudi was born to be a pain in the ass. Unless he was willing, even if you killed him, he wouldn't care about you at all. Hearing the black-robed man's words, Jian Wudi fell into deep thought. However, the longer he thought about it, the tighter his frown became. His expression became even more unsightly. "My sect leader has said that the 5 major sects are the limit of the immortal world. If another sect were to appear out of nowhere, not only would it break the peace of the immortal world, it would also affect the harmony of the various sects." At this point, even an idiot would be able to understand what the black-robed man was trying to say. To put it bluntly, they wanted to join forces and deal with the additional sects. However, he was no fool when it came to this. If every matter involved the profound sect strength, he might have easily agreed to it. However, at this moment? Furthermore, he still had to be reliable and thorough. Otherwise, if he made a single mistake, it would mean that he would lose everything and be on the verge of collapse. As the sect master of a sect, it was impossible for him to not think about the future of his sect. How should I address you?" Jian Wudi was just about to say something when he realized that he didn't even know the other party's name. "By D, Qianquan sect's shadow guard." Jian Wudi sucked in a breath of cold air. His body trembled slightly, his face filled with shock. The shadow guard was the most mysterious force in the Qianquan sect. No one had ever seen them and they never appeared in front of outsiders. Therefore, all the sects wanted to know about the shadow guard. However, Jian Wudi didn't expect to see one today. Jian Wudi was certain that the Qianquan sect was determined to destroy the Xuanzong sect. Otherwise, the mysterious shadow guard wouldn't have made a move. By D, right? Tell me, what does the person from the Qianquan sect want? What are his conditions? Tell me, otherwise, this. TSK. You know what I mean. As the saying goes, there's no free lunch in the world. If one wanted to ask for help from his own sect, one had to do something. Only an idiot would help. Sure enough, as soon as these words were spoken, a trace of a smile appeared on the face of the shadow guard called by D. Sect leader Jian is indeed straightforward. I won't hide it then. Then, Bai Di explained the Qianquan sect leader's intentions. My sect leader wants me to be the contact person to contact a few empires and families, as well as a few other sections. Once everything is done and we have an agreement, we will attack the Xian sect in one fell swoop. By then, someone will open up a path for us and we will be able to attack the Xian sect. Jian Wudi, who was sitting at the head of the table, was very excited when he heard Bai Di's words. However, when he heard that someone had opened the light path, Jian Wudi's expression changed. It was obvious that there were spies in the Xuanzong sect. If they really attacked, someone would open the path for them. Jian Wudi was shocked. He didn't expect the Qianquan sect to be so cunning. Jian Wudi couldn't help but feel a chill down his spine. However, the more he thought about it, the more Jian Wudi felt that this matter was very reliable. The 5 sects had already divided the powers of the immortal realm into 5 directions: east, west, north, south, and center. However, the sudden appearance of a new sect could very well disrupt the balance of power in the immortal realm. Furthermore, based on what he had seen in the Xuanzong sect, any cultivator would be tempted by the Xuanzong sect's treasures, let alone Jian Wudi. He wasn't a saint and didn't treat money like dirt. He was also jealous of the many treasures that he had never seen before. Alright, I'll accept the Qianquan sect's invitation. When the time comes, let me know and I'll go and help the Qianquan sect. After thinking about it for a long time, Jian Wudi finally agreed. However, when he thought about his son, he couldn't help but feel guilty. Sigh. Son, I've let you down. Although you're the head of the law enforcement department in the Xuanzong sect, you still have to come back to inherit the sword sect. Jian Wudi could only sigh at this point. There was nothing else he could do. Alright, thank you for your agreement. I'll go back and report to my sect leader. Go ahead. Whoosh. In an instant, the black-robed man disappeared. Other than Jian Wudi, who was sitting on the chair, there was no one else in the hall. Sigh, did I do the right thing or not? A shocking conspiracy was slowly taking shape in the heavy atmosphere of the immortal world. Lin Rei, who was in the Devil's Den, didn't know that his sect was about to face an unprecedented problem. He also didn't know that a traitor had been removed from his sect. Cough. A cough sounded in the pitch-black Devil's Den. The sound was filled with fatigue. Sigh. When is this going to end? A voice full of helplessness sounded. At this moment, Lin Rei had walked a long way, but he still didn't see anything that could interest him. Yeah, little dragon, hurry up and come out. At this time, a little impatient Lin Rei roared at the little dragon in the system. What? Again, an impatient tone sounded. Suddenly, Lin Rei, who was about to ignite a bomb, was completely ignited. Tell me, what's in here? Hearing Lin Rei's roar, the little dragon looked around. Except for the stone walls, it was pitch black. He was puzzled. Logically speaking, there was a large group of corpses guarding the place. Although there wasn't anything good in here, it shouldn't be that there was nothing. No, is it because you don't have enough? The little dragon's words made Lin Rei very helpless. What do you mean you don't have enough? This guy is just standing there and talking. You still have the nerve to say that I don't have enough. At this moment, the little dragon was also very helpless. He didn't know what was going on. Normally, the Devil's Den was a place that the big sects would fight for. However, this place didn't seem to be as rich in resources as he thought. On the contrary, it was a little pitifully scarce. Look, there's nothing here. Tell me, what can be in this place where birds don't even shit? What could it possibly have except for some evil things that can't be seen in the light? Is there nothing else? At this point, Lin Rei was ready to turn around and walk outside. However, he was stopped by the little dragon. With your character, let alone the peak of the Tao realm, even breaking through to the Immortal Emperor and Immortal Venerables is a great challenge. Maybe you won't be able to break through in this lifetime. From Xiaolong's tone, one could tell that he was really angry. Furthermore, he was very angry. This was the first time he had seen Xiaolong so angry since he had met him. As for Linli, the moment Xiaolong said those words, he stopped in his tracks. His eyes were filled with complicated emotions, anger, and unwillingness. It was extremely complicated. Therefore, I advise you not to rush back now. Keep moving forward. Maybe you'll find something different. This sentence caused a trace of change to appear in the many complicated expressions in his eyes. Listening to the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was reminded of the days when he was on the brink of death and rolling on the edge of life and death. Compared to today's matter, it was nothing. In an instant, Lin Rei once again pulled himself together. His previous intention of retreating disappeared at this moment. Good. Since this is the path I've chosen, no matter how difficult the obstacles ahead are, I'll continue to move forward until there's no way out. At this point, Lin Rei took a step forward and continued to move forward. At this moment, listening to Lin Rei's words, a gratified smile appeared on his face. However, the little dragon was right. The path ahead was really different. Not long after, suddenly, a gust of sword chi rushed out from the depths without warning. Whoosh! Slash! Poof! In an instant, Lin Rei did not notice it even with his reaction and speed. The sword chi cut a wound on his arm, and purple blood slowly flowed down. Instantly, Lin Li was startled. He hurriedly retreated backwards, retreating out of the area where he hadn't been attacked. Phew! At this moment, Lin Rei was still trembling with fear. According to the sword chi from before, if it wasn't his arm, if it was his neck, then he didn't know if he would still be alive at this moment. Moreover, Lin Rei also had some understanding of sword chi. However, the sword chi from before was very pure and powerful, but it wasn't stimulated by cultivation. Lin Rei felt that this was very strange, and at the same time, very curious. It was as if what was emitting the sword chi was something unexpected, or perhaps it was something like the fierce corpse from before. Chapter 401. Lin Rei was puzzled. In order to verify his guess, he went to the place where he was injured by the sword chi. He wanted to see how powerful the sword chi was. Then, he grasped the fire stream universal sword in his hand. Similarly, a majestic and vigorous sword chi burst out from Lin Rei's body, accompanied by endless killing intent. That sort of killing intent was indescribable with a single glance. Within it, there was a gloomy and cold aura that caused one to feel a chill in their teeth. However, Lin Rei did not feel it. He only felt that after the battle with the fierce corpse, his killing intent had increased to an unimaginable level. Ta! With a serious face, Lin Rei took a step forward. He released his divine sense and rushed into the depths of the devil's cave. Whoosh! Clang! The sound of weapons colliding was heard. In an instant, Lin Rei quickly retreated from the attack of the sword chi. Phew! He sighed in his heart, and his heart was filled with shock. The cold sweat on his face continued to drip down, soaking Lin Li's clothes. What kind of sword chi is this? It can be sent out silently without being detected by my divine sense. Even an expert at the immortal Emperor realm can't hide from my divine sense. But now... At this moment, Lin Li was completely puzzled. Lin Li had been fully prepared, but as soon as he entered the attack range of the sword chi, a formless, colorless, shadowless, and soundless sword chi suddenly appeared. If Lin Li hadn't instinctively blocked it, he probably would have been decapitated. Thinking back to what had just happened, Lin Li's body began to tremble uncontrollably, and he began to cry out in terror. This was the first time since he stepped into the cultivation world that he was caught off guard. It was also the only time that he did not know where to start. So what if it's powerful? Watch me break it. The more difficult something was, the more interested Lin Li was. At the same time, he was curious. Thus, after experiencing what had happened, Lin Li wasn't discouraged. Instead, he was even more motivated. He instantly unleashed all his supreme-grade immortal weapons. Coupled with his cultivation base and his physique that was akin to a supreme-grade immortal weapon, he took another step forward with the Fire Stream Myriad Law's sword in hand. At this moment, Lin Rei's 5 senses were fully unleashed. Whoosh! Bang! This method was still feasible. After opening up many aspects, he could vaguely see the trajectory of the sword chi that rushed out from the depths of the demon's denver. However, the sword chi was extremely powerful and fast. Unless he managed to break it in the nick of time, he would be the one to be injured. Lin Rei had a happy smile on his face when he unleashed the first sword chi. However, his smile quickly disappeared and a serious expression appeared on his face. Suddenly, 2 beams of sword chi shot out from the depths of the devil's denver. If it weren't for the help of his 5 senses, Lin Rei would have been cut open by the sword chi. Bang! Dang! It could only be said that Lin Rei had dodged the attack by a hair's breadth. However, it was impossible to say that he wasn't injured. Although most of the sword chi was blocked by the fire stream Myriad Law's sword, there was still a small part of the sword chi that brushed past his face and hair. There was a very shallow wound on his face. Purple blood flowed out from the wound and a tuft of his hair was cut off. Helplessly, Lin Li could only come to a halt. He didn't want the next time he would be so tactful as to lose consciousness. Little dragon, come out. Although he didn't have a good relationship with the little dragon before, only the little dragon could help him in such a situation. However, when he spoke, it was inevitable that his tone would be a little weak and embarrassed. What's wrong? The words came from behind him without any warning. Lin Rei was delighted and quickly turned around with a smile. Little dragon, it was my fault before. I shouldn't have made you angry. Now, I deeply understand my own mistakes. Hearing Lin Rei's words and seeing Lin Rei's pitiful look, the little dragon rolled its eyes. However, when it heard the last sentence, the little dragon couldn't help but interrupt. Alright, alright, alright. Don't say any more. I don't like it when you're like this. Xiaolong's words caused Lin Li to feel even more embarrassed. However, the problem still had to be solved. Take a look. What exactly is this thing that has been around for the past few years? Why does it have such powerful sword energy? Hehe, I knew it. You didn't look for me for anything else. As though it had expected this, the moment it heard Lin Rei's words, the little dragon turned around and looked into the depths of the cave. The more it looked, the deeper its frown became. In the end, its expression turned ugly as though it had seen something bad. Lin Rei stood aside and didn't disturb it. However, seeing the little dragon's expression turning uglier, Lin Rei thought that the little dragon didn't have a solution. Hehe, so that's the case. Lin Li, who had lost all hope, suddenly heard Xiaolong's laughter. His eyes, which had been filled with despair, now had a glimmer of hope. How is it? Do you have a solution? Looking at Lin Rei's anxious tone, the little dragon didn't say it immediately. Instead, it mischievously teased Lin Rei. There is a solution. But, you have to beg me. Ugh. The little dragon's words left Lin Rei speechless. He didn't expect the little dragon to be able to joke at such a tense moment. I'll beg you if you want me to. At this moment, Lin Rei spoke in a manly and domineering manner. But then. Hehe, little dragon, I'm begging you. Tell me the solution. Originally, the little dragon admired Lin Rei's bold words. But it didn't expect that its tone would suddenly change. Hearing Lin Rei's unconfident and wretched expression, the little dragon was completely speechless. It touched its forehead helplessly. Sigh, this guy is finished. It's easy to break the sword chi, but it's also easy to say that it's difficult. However, it's very simple for you, and it's also very beneficial. Who knows, maybe your body will become stronger because of it. Lin Rei was confused by the little dragon's words. He didn't know what the little dragon was talking about. But since the little dragon said so, it meant that it had a way to break the sword aura. Cut the crap, hurry up. The impatient Lin Rei directly said what was on his mind. Suddenly, the little dragon revealed a smile after hearing Lin Rei's words. Huh, that's more like what you're saying, brat. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei shuddered and thought, this guy can't be a masochist, right? However, this thought flashed through his mind. At this moment, what Lin Rei wanted to hear the most was the method to break the sword aura. You already have the method to break the sword aura, and it's the most powerful one in the world. Although the tyrant body technique was an emperor-level technique, its function was very powerful. It could enhance the strength of its own body with external force. Moreover, its recovery ability was extremely strong. So, at this point, Lin Rei could certainly understand. That was to say, as long as he learned the tyrant body technique and then continued to use the sword aura to enhance his own cultivation speed, he could solve the problem of the sword aura and break through the limits of his body and improve his physical strength. Yes, I already got the tyrant body technique, but I didn't have time to practice it. If what you said is true, maybe this time I can break through to an unimaginable level. Ding dong, discovered the tyrant body technique, emperor-level physical body technique. Would you like to practice it? The situation suddenly appeared. Lin Rei didn't expect that the upgraded system would be so much more useful than before. Yes, I'll learn it. Ding dong, the host's current physical body is a best-grade celestial weapon, but it doesn't live up to its name. After the host has learned the tyrant body technique, he must practice it from the beginning. Otherwise, it can only slow down the host's progress in the future. As soon as the words came out, Lin Rei broke out in a cold sweat. He didn't expect the system to be so thorough. However, when he thought about it carefully, what the system said was right. Okay, I got it. Ding dong, the tyrant body technique is divided into 7 levels. Each level corresponds to a celestial weapon, a spiritual weapon, a precious weapon, an early-stage celestial weapon, and so on. After reaching the best-grade celestial weapon, the host has learned the entire tyrant body technique. At that time, the host's physical strength will reach a terrifying number. Even if you meet a celestial emperor, you won't need to use your cultivation. As soon as the words came out, Lin Rei was shocked. Thinking about it, how cool it would be to be able to directly crush a celestial emperor with one's physical strength. Ding dong, congratulations to the host. You have learned all 7 levels of the tyrant body technique. As long as the host consolidates from the first level, it will be fine. The system's words made Lin Rei feel a little incredulous. He didn't expect to learn the entire tyrant body technique in one go. Thinking about it, he immediately looked at the cultivation method of the first level of the tyrant body technique. The tyrant body technique was to use external forces to refine the body and open up all the major acupoints in the body. Every word and sentence was engraved in his mind. He didn't dare to forget a single word. Okay, Lin Rei, stop dawdling. You've been down here for so long. Remember, your time is very precious. Looking at Lin Rei's silly smile, the little dragon couldn't help but come up the mountain to interrupt Lin Rei's fantasy. Got it. Then, Lin Rei didn't wait for the little dragon to take a step forward. Boom. Slash. This time, Lin Rei didn't use the Fire Stream Universal Sword to block it. Instead, he let the sword chi slash through his body. An opening appeared, but Lin Rei didn't pay it any attention. Instead, he continued to walk forward. 1 step. 2 steps. Running. Just like that, after a dozen steps, there was no way to take another step forward. Chapter 402. At this moment, Lin Rei's body was cut by the sword aura, but at the same time, each wound was healing at a slow speed. Moreover, every time he took a step, the sword aura would rush towards him. Moreover, the sword aura seemed to be tireless and endless. It kept washing Lin Rei's body. After the sword aura rushed over again, the wounds would be cut again and again. In this way, Lin Rei did not know how long he persisted. Finally, until the end, Lin Rei's own healing speed unknowingly healed at the moment when the sword aura had just cut him. Lin Rei was very happy with this scene, but Lin Rei was not satisfied. After all, he could feel that this did not even reach the first level of tyrant body technique. Continue. The sword aura here was basically no longer a threat to Lin Rei. Immediately, Lin Rei went deeper again. However, it was different this time. It was completely different from before. The sword aura this time was twice as powerful as before, and the speed was faster than before. Even when Lin Rei opened his 5 senses, there was no way to detect the trajectory of the sword aura or the fluctuation. Puff puff puff. Wounds were formed one after another under the operation of the tyrant body technique. The cycle repeated over and over again. Lin Li basically didn't feel pain anymore. He only knew that whenever the sword chi came, a wound would appear on his body, but it would heal immediately. This phenomenon was the best for Lin Rei. Otherwise, if it hurt every time it was cut, it could be imagined how painful it would be. Lin Rei, who did not know how many days had passed, only knew that he had entered the range of the sword aura and had walked hundreds of steps. However, what made Lin Rei sad was that after walking hundreds of steps, he only practiced the first level of tyrant body technique. Thinking of this, Lin Rei was helpless. However, for the things inside, and also for the strength of his own body, Lin Rei had to work harder. Once the first layer was completed, he began to advance quickly. Although it was painful, the effect was still very effective. In the outside world, Bai Di of the Qiankuan sect had already visited the Sword Sect, the Bai clan, the Huangpu clan, the Tianjing Empire, the Kueishui Empire and the Howling Sky Empire. Moreover, all the clans, empires and sects that Bai Di had interviewed had reached a consensus with the Qiankuan sect. At this moment, in the imperial palace of Howling Sky's empire, the monarch of Howling Sky's empire, Emperor Xiao, was talking to Bai Di with a smile. All right. The emperor has agreed to this matter. Go back and inform your faction leader. When the time comes, you just need to inform him and the emperor will be at your beck and call. Good. The smile on Bai Di's face widened. The wrinkles on his face suddenly appeared, making him look like a wretched uncle. Thank you, Martial Monarch Roaring Sky. I'll inform you when the time comes, but it'll take some time. Maybe 10 years, 50 years, or even 100 years. It's fine. For people like us, the last thing we lack is time. 100 years will pass in the blink of an eye. The moment these words were spoken, it was clear just how much they hated the Xian sect. Alright, Martial Monarch Roaring Sky, I'll take my leave then. Seeing that Bai Di was about to leave, Emperor Xiao nodded his head in agreement. As expected, the shadow guard of the Qiankuan sect is not to be underestimated. I didn't expect him to leave without me noticing. At this moment, Bai Di's shadow was nowhere to be seen. Even Emperor Xiao, who had just finished talking to him, didn't know. Emperor Xiao was shocked by this. Looks like the Xuanzong sect is doomed. I wonder what will happen to the people of the Xuanzong sect when the time comes. If I can make use of them, then. Speaking of this, Emperor Xiao recalled the scene of the Xuanzong sect's disciples being taken over by him after he conquered the Xuanzong sect. Time passed quietly. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Until the 4th month, Lin Rei, who was in the Devil's Den, was emitting a yellow halo. It was incomparably sacred, just like the halo behind the West Mountain Tathagata Buddha on TV. His entire body was sacred and peaceful. There was not a trace of cultivation on his body, nor was there a trace of immortal qi. It was as if, other than being a little mysterious, this person was no different from an ordinary person. However, if one was able to see through a person's body, then that person would definitely be able to see that every single muscle and every single cell in Linley's body was constantly growing in strength. Phew. Gradually, Lin Rei let out a long sigh and opened his eyes. A beam of light shot out from his eyes, which was an awe-inspiring sight. Sigh. It took me such a long time to reach the 6th level of the Tyrant Body Art. It's a bit slow. At this moment, Lin Rei's face was full of dissatisfaction. Little did he know that if someone heard Lin Rei's words, they would have the impulse to kill him. He knew that cultivating immortal qi and cultivating the body were two different concepts. Cultivating the body was much more difficult than cultivating immortal qi. And yet, even after spending such a small amount of energy, Linley still wasn't satisfied. Heh, boy, be content. You're just starting from scratch. So, don't bite off more than you can chew. Step by step is the way of the king. The little dragon in the system was very clear about Lin Rei's every move. When it saw Lin Rei's depressed look, it knew what he was thinking. However, it's not bad to be able to reach this level in 4 months. As soon as the system said this, Lin Rei was shocked. He didn't expect that he would cultivate for 4 months. Okay, it's already thousands of meters. Let's hurry up. I think I'll reach the end soon. After saying this, Linley didn't think too much about it. He began to walk towards the depths of the cave. At this moment, even if there were more sword qi, Lin Rei was no longer a concern. Even if he was cut by the sword qi, it could be completely repaired in an instant. Moreover, Lin Rei didn't use the Tyrant Body Art. It was estimated that before he could see the wound, it would have been healed as before. Therefore, the sword qi at this time was nothing to Lin Rei. 100 meters, 200 meters, when he was 600 meters away, Lin Rei suddenly stopped in place. His eyes were full of surprise. His mouth was so wide that it was big enough to stuff a goose egg into Lin Rei's mouth. Not only Lin Rei, but even the little dragon who had been following Lin Rei around looked at the scene in shock. At this moment, not far in front of Lin Rei, there was an immortal grass that was more than a meter long and 2 fingers wide. It looked weak and could be blown away by a casual gust of wind. But to Linley's astonishment, the dense amount of sword energy surrounding the blade of grass was actually emanating from that blade of grass. Furthermore, from the looks of it, there seemed to be no end to it, and it was constantly pouring out. Linley was extremely shocked by this. Especially when he thought about how he had been using the sword qi emitted by the grass to temper his body. Lin Rei couldn't accept it for a moment. However, the little dragon's face was much more interesting than Lin Rei's. It was shocked at first, then it turned into astonishment, and finally revealed a look of ecstasy. It was so excited that its body trembled involuntarily. After noticing the little dragon's strange behavior, Lin Rei's face was full of doubts. He was very puzzled by the little dragon's excitement and the grass in front of him. Lin Rei was sure that the little dragon must know. Otherwise, the little dragon wouldn't be in such a situation at this moment. It would probably have gone into hiding long ago. Ha, Lin Rei. You're rich now, you know. Xiaolong, who hadn't spoken for a long time, suddenly spoke out. Instantly, Linley was at a complete loss for words. What did he mean by rich? Was it the grass in front of him? Don't doubt it. Do you know what this grass is? Do you only know how this grass grows? If I tell you, you'll be scared to death. The little dragon's words were getting more and more enticing. Lin Rei was also getting more and more curious. Hurry up and tell me, don't keep me in suspense. Seeing that Lin Rei wasn't humorous at all, Lin Rei couldn't be bothered with him. Then, he told him what he knew about this grass. Sword grass is a very rare creature. You already know its power. At this point, the little dragon glanced at Lin Rei from the corner of his eyes. His eyes were full of, you know what I mean. However, the real power of this grass doesn't lie here. It can be used to refine weapons, concoct pills, create formations, and other things that you can't even imagine. Lin Rei was shocked when he heard this. He didn't expect that such a small grass could have so many uses. However, Lin Rei didn't step forward to interrupt the little dragon. Instead, he let him continue. As I said before, this grass is very rare. Even in the celestial realm and the holy realm, it's very difficult to see it. This is because its cultivation method is very strange. It needs to use 100,000 of the best quality. It needs to take away the sword spirit as its foundation. Then, it needs to use the innate sucking sac as its supplement. Finally, it needs to use the mysterious crystal vein as its foundation. Hiss. Upon hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei sucked in a breath of cold air. He was extremely shocked. Among the things that the little dragon mentioned, Lin Rei had only heard of the sword spirit and the water spirit. Moreover, the water spirit happened to be the 5-elemental water spirit that Lin Rei needed to advance to the immortal emperor realm. As for the innate sucking sac and mysterious crystal, Lin Rei had never heard of them before. Of course, Xiaolong was very clear about Linli's knowledge of heavenly materials and earthly treasures. Linli didn't look for them. Apart from cultivation, all he did was cultivate. He didn't read any ancient books related to cultivation. Therefore, in the end, he couldn't help but explain them. Aya, in short, you just need to know that this thing is very precious. Moreover, since the sword grass, mysterious crystal, innate sucking sac, and water spirit are planted here, it means that the power of these things will belong to you. Chapter 403. Although Lin Rei was very excited to hear the little dragon's words, he knew that it wasn't easy to obtain these things. At the very least, he had to pay a price. Therefore, Lin Rei didn't care about the various temptations of the little dragon. He only wanted to know how to obtain these things and what the price was. Humph, no matter what you say, what is the price? Hurry up and say it. I don't want to beat around the bush with you. Sure enough, as soon as Lin Rei said those words, the little dragon immediately laughed. Ha, kid, not bad. You've learned to be smart. That's right. If you want to obtain it, you do need to pay a price. But, I didn't create it. It's the root cause of this sword herb. Root cause? The little dragon's words left Lin Rei a little confused. He didn't understand the meaning behind it. I'll be frank with you. It's easy to obtain the sword herb, but there's another characteristic of the sword herb that you might not know. What is it? At this moment, Lin Rei couldn't wait any longer. So what if there was a price? Now that things had come to this, what else could he do? Although the sword herb is a treasure of heaven and earth, but at the same time, after someone pulls it out from the place where it grows, it must be concocted into a pill or used for refining equipment within a month. Otherwise. For a moment, the little dragon's words left Lin Rei completely speechless. This is called a good thing? Isn't this cheating? However, when the little dragon said the last part, it didn't continue. However, the two of them who were connected by heart still knew what the little dragon was going to say next. Sure enough, the little dragon's next words were exactly what Lin Rei thought. As long as it isn't used in time, it will disappear from this world. Listening to Xiaolong's explanation of the sword grass, Lin Li frowned. Although he really wanted to obtain the sword grass, he didn't know how to preserve it. In terms of refining pills, he was only at the level of heaven grade. Even in terms of refining equipment, he was only at the level of immortal equipment. It would be difficult to advance any further. Therefore, at this moment, Linley was in a dilemma. He didn't know what to do with the treasures in front of him. No matter what they were, to the current Linley, it would be a waste. Linley didn't want to part with them, and in this moment, Linley's miserly nature completely erupted. Little dragon, tell me, what method do you have, or if there's anything that can prevent it from being wasted? As long as you say it, I'll agree to any conditions, okay? At this moment, Lin Rei was ready to risk everything. For the sword herb in front of him, even if the little dragon's problem was difficult, as long as he could complete it, it wouldn't be a problem. Of course, unless he had to provide heavenly treasures or other valuable things. Hee. Looking at Lin Rei's nervous expression and the little dragon's knowing smile, Lin Rei couldn't help but shudder. Okay. Since you said so, I can't not help. Sure enough, Lin Rei knew that the little dragon would have a better way, but he knew that the next moment would be a painful moment for him. He walked to the side, found a place where he could support his body, and asked. Say it. Looking at Lin Rei's appearance, the little dragon said with a faint smile, It's not that I can't help you, but what's the price? It's that you shorten your time on planet Aqua Blue by 30 years. This condition isn't too much for you. Of course, it won't hurt you at all, so you should agree. That's right. When he heard the little dragon say that this was the price he had to pay, Lin Rei was stunned. He even began to wonder if the little dragon had changed. It still felt a little unreal. Ah! A scream came out of Lin Rei's mouth, and his eyes regained their clarity. It's true, it's true. As it turned out, just as Linley was beginning to think that it was unreal, he had used his hand to viciously pinch his own thigh. In the end, it had ended in pain. At the same time, Linley had also realized that this matter was real. However, when the little dragon saw Lin Rei's reaction, he was completely helpless and rolled his eyes. Regarding Lin Rei's actions, he couldn't wait to pick up a hammer and smash Lin Rei's head to knock him out. Do you agree or not? If you don't, then forget it. Anyway, it doesn't matter to me. The little dragon's words suddenly made Lin Rei anxious. He said eagerly, Okay, I agree. I'll use 30 years of the mission in exchange for the method to preserve the sword herb or use it immediately. Okay. After the successful transaction with Lin Rei, the little dragon was in a very good mood. It's actually very simple. You just need to refine it into medicinal pills. Of course, you can also refine a portion of it into immortal artifacts. As soon as the little dragon's words left his mouth, Lin Rei seemed to have been struck by lightning. In an instant, his body froze on the spot. At the same time, anger welled up in him. He wanted to go forward and tear the little dragon apart. Originally, Lin Rei thought that the little dragon would have a better way, at least a few levels higher than his own method of refining medicinal pills. But he didn't expect that it would be equivalent to not saying anything. This was like being splashed with a bucket of cold water when you were having S**X with your wife. In an instant, all the desires disappeared. Even the future was a problem. At this moment, Lin Rei was in such a mood. Are you kidding me? I haven't finished yet. I asked you to refine medicinal pills and immortal artifacts, but I didn't say that you can refine them according to the immortal artifacts and medicinal pills you know. I'll give you the pill formula and the method of refining immortal artifacts. So, won't you refine them soon? Originally, Lin Rei thought that there would be a war of words. He didn't expect the little dragon to say such a method. In an instant, he recovered, stood up straight, and listened seriously. He wanted to see what was so good about the medicinal pills that the little dragon gave him. If it wasn't good, then it would still be useless. Pill formula, sword breakthrough pill, is a kind of king-level medicinal pill. It is refined with sword grass, spirit essence, black water, and several other precious things. But don't worry, I've seen these things just now. You have them all. Of course, he did. Listening to the little dragon talking about the pill formula of sword breakthrough pill, Lin Rei was even a little surprised. Wasn't this the pill formula that he extorted from some disciples before? It was just that he didn't expect that it would be so coincidental that he could use it at this time. Okay, then tell me the method to refine celestial artifacts. I've just broken through to become a weapon refiner. It's impossible for me to break through again. How could the little dragon not know about Lin Rei's words? However, what the little dragon said next made Lin Rei completely convinced. Hehe, I didn't ask you to raise your weapon refining level. The method I gave you is the method to refine celestial artifacts. Oh? Listening to the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was surprised. It was using sword grass to refine celestial artifacts. This was such a luxurious thing. If the old guys in the holy world and divine world knew about this, Lin Rei's heart would probably explode. The celestial artifact that I want you to refine is called Heavenly Battle. It's a kind of sword in a flute. It's a kind of flute on the outside, but the inside is a sword that radiates cold light. As soon as the words came out, Lin Rei's interest was piqued. He had seen this kind of thing on the planet where he lived. Moreover, it was on TV. He did not expect that the little dragon wanted him to refine this kind of thing today. Don't underestimate the sword in a flute. Although it's a middle-grade celestial artifact, it's in the same category as the Martial Emperor Divine Spear. It can be upgraded. As long as you kill more people, or according to some kind of breakthrough, it can be upgraded. Is there anything else? Lin Rei heard the little dragon's introduction clearly. However, when he heard that it could be upgraded by killing people, Lin Rei hesitated. Although Lin Rei was not a good person, he was not a homicidal maniac either. Therefore, when he heard the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was stunned and pondered. After pondering for a long time, Lin Rei finally decided to refine it. Firstly, it was because there was a good thing in front of him. He could not just watch it disappear between heaven and earth. Secondly, it meant that he could see whose hands the sword would be in. Therefore, Lin Rei made his decision. Chapter 404. Alright, stop pretending. It's been almost 200 years. Do you think I don't know you? Don't try this on me. In one sentence, he directly exposed the little dragon's act. Lin Rei couldn't avoid being rolled his eyes. You don't have a sense of humor. Other than guarding your money every day, all you do is level up. Tell me, what else can you do? After a moment of silence, Lin Rei ignored the little dragon's words and stared straight at the little dragon. Sigh. Alright, hurry up and find the glazed crystals. When the time comes, we'll first extract the sword in flute and then level up the elixir. Knowing the meaning of Lin Rei's gaze, he didn't nag anymore. Instead, he told him the plan he had in mind. Alright. After saying that, Lin Rei came to the side of the sword grass and pinched it. In an instant, Lin Rei's whole body sank into the ground. Sigh, don't. Ah. The moment he saw Lin Rei's action, the little dragon wanted to stop him. Unfortunately, it was too late. I haven't said that this underground is the foundation of 10,000 swords that took away the sword spirit. If you go down so rashly, you may encounter danger. At this moment, the little dragon muttered. Of course, Lin Rei, who had entered the ground, couldn't hear it. However, what the little dragon said had happened. Whoosh! 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 At this moment, Lin Rei's face was full of helplessness. Looking at the surrounding swords that took away the sword spirit and aimed at him, Lin Rei's back was instantly drenched in cold sweat. An ominous premonition arose spontaneously. It can't be. I can't be that unlucky. However, he was right. He was really unlucky. What he didn't want to happen had happened. One by one, the long swords flew towards him. Although they were underground, they were like fish in water, swimming in the sea. They were very fast. Motherf **Ker, little dragon, you tricked me again. At this moment, the little dragon was viciously cursing the little dragon in its heart. And the little dragon was the one who suffered the most. If the little dragon knew that Lin Rei was cursing him in his heart, he would probably want to cry. On the other hand, Lin Rei was out of luck. If he had known earlier, he would not have been able to pass through the 10,000 swords with sword spirits. Humph, all of you, back off. The flaming stream of 10,000 Law's sword instantly appeared in his hand, and a terrifying sword chi erupted. Of course, even if he didn't use the sword chi to suppress them, these swords wouldn't be able to harm him. However, it was better than nothing. The moment Lin Rei's sword chi erupted, the 10,000 swords instantly retreated as if they had seen an emperor, not daring to approach. Some of the swords even trembled violently when they saw the flaming stream of 10,000 Law's sword. After all, they had already been born. Linley didn't waste any more time with them. Unexpectedly, it didn't have any effect on the glazed crystal. Instead, it hurt his hand. What the hell is going on? However, just as Lin Rei was venting his complaints, a feeling of being stared at by death arose spontaneously. Lin Rei was very clear about this feeling. He had felt it more than once. However, now that he suddenly had this feeling, Lin Rei knew that it wasn't as simple as it seemed. The fire stream of 10,000 spells sword was put away and the martial emperor godly spear appeared in his hand. In an instant, Linley's aura underwent a substantial change. If one were to say that Linley was a modest gentleman in the past, the current Linley was a peerless killing god that lay amidst a mountain of corpses and a sea of blood. His hair fluttered without wind, and his clothes were bulging with immortal spiritual chi. His eyes were filled with killing intent and hostility, and his aura was terrifying. Especially the killing intent and coldness emanating from the martial emperor divine spear. Ordinary people might not be able to get close to Lin Rei before they were frozen to death. The feeling of death was getting stronger and stronger. Lin Rei scanned the surroundings with his divine senses, but he didn't find anything dangerous. Silent Thunder, the Silent Thunder spear was on standby, waiting for danger to come. However, the blue snake, which was 3 meters away from Lin Rei, looked at Lin Rei and moved in an instant. Swoosh! There was a burst of sound as a sinister aura appeared. Linley, who had been accumulating power for a long time, felt the aura of Wuxia coming from behind him. He immediately turned around and executed Silent Thunder. Sizzle! Suddenly, blue thunderbolts were emitted from the martial emperor divine spear and charged toward the snake that was already flying in the air and charging toward him in an overwhelming manner. Bang! Bang! After the two sounds of collision, the blue serpent instantly retreated, while Linley remained where he was, staring coldly at the serpent, deep in thought. Similarly, Lin Rei was very surprised. Bad things happened every year, especially this year. Lin Rei didn't expect that there would be a living creature here. Moreover, its cultivation seemed to be very powerful. It could take his Silent Thunder head-on. It had to be said that Lin Rei loved and feared this opponent. Humph, you're suitable. Brother, I just came here to borrow some black crystals. I don't want to make a big fuss. How about, hiss? Like a roar, the blue snake stuck out its tongue and opened its mouth wide, as if it wanted to tear Lin Rei apart. As soon as this scene appeared, Lin Rei knew that it would not end well. Therefore, Lin Rei didn't talk nonsense. Humph, in that case, let's fight. Since he had decided to fight, Lin Rei didn't talk nonsense. The moment he finished speaking, Lin Rei shot out like an arrow on a bow and came to the blue snake's side in an instant. Sparks flew from the formation as it clanged against the blue snake's body. After a while, Lin Rei knew that the snake's cultivation wasn't very high, except for its hard body. Lin Rei was relieved. Humph, in that case, go to hell. Even if your body is strong, so what? I don't believe that the illusory spirit blood fire can't melt you. Lin Rei seemed to have grasped the key point. In an instant, the illusory spirit blood fire appeared and threw it directly on the snake's body. Hiss. 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 Sure enough, Lin Rei's guess was right. This snake really ate black crystals. That was why its body was so indestructible. In that case, Lin Rei wanted to melt it with the illusory spirit blood fire. Sure enough, at this moment, the snake let out a painful roar. Time passed little by little. Slowly, the blue snake began to melt bit by bit. However, the melting speed was a little slow. 1 day, 2 days, it wasn't until the 3rd day that the blue snake died. Seeing this, Lin Rei showed a happy smile. Humph, it's just a fight. You're still too inexperienced. But thinking of the time it would take, Lin Rei quickly turned his attention to the black crystals under his feet. Moreover, Lin Rei also thought of a way to get the black crystals. That was the illusory spirit blood fire. With a boom, the illusory spirit blood fire rushed out and began to refine the ground. Slowly, the originally hard ground began to soften. Upon seeing this, with a swish sound, the Flame Cream 10,000 Spells sword appeared in his hands. Taking advantage of the momentum, he stabbed it viciously into a soft spot. With a slash, sure enough, the fire stream of 10,000 Spells sword didn't bounce off the hard black crystals like before. Instead, it was inserted directly into the ground without any effort. The hand holding the fire stream of 10,000 Spells sword turned and a fist-sized black crystal appeared. However, it was still not enough. Over and over again, it slowly rushed over. When Lin Rei felt that it was enough to refine the sword in the flute, he stopped. Chapter 405. Although he had gathered all the materials needed to refine the sword within the flute, Lin Rei was reluctant to leave the glazed crystal lode in front of him. Lin Rei wished he could dig out all the glazed crystals in front of him, not leaving a single drop behind. As the saying goes, it's shameful to waste. Lin Rei didn't want to do such a shameful thing. At this moment, Lin Rei truly understood the true meaning of this sentence. Babies, wait for me. I will definitely bring all of you out. After finishing his words, Lin Rei threw the glazed crystals that he had dug out into the storage ring. He looked at the glazed crystal lode in front of him reluctantly again, and then flew towards the surface at top speed. Of course, he couldn't avoid being attacked by the 10,000 sword spirits when he flew up. Fortunately, he had the fire stream 10,000 sword. Otherwise, Lin Rei might not be able to pass through the sword tomb so easily and return to the surface. Hehe, you're finally back. The little dragon had always believed in Lin Rei's strength. Even if there was a sword tomb, so what? He was very confident in the person he personally cultivated. This confidence came from his own thoughts. However, after listening to the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was too lazy to pay attention to him. Then, he took out the glazed crystals and threw them on the ground. See if it's okay. If it's not okay, I'll go down again. Looking at the glazed iron on the ground that was like a small mountain, the little dragon was speechless. These glazed crystals could at least refine dozens of sword within the flute. You're really not satisfied. With so many glazed crystals, it's more than enough to refine a sword within the flute. Even if you want to refine more, you have to see if I can afford it. Do you really think the system is omnipotent? Just this piece of heavenly water jade is the best quality that is rarely seen in 1,000,000 years. It's the existence of the Emperor in the jade. Alright, hurry up and refine it. Hurry up and tell me the specifics of the refinement. I'll hurry up and refine it. I've already wasted some time just now. If I don't refine it now, it'll be a fool's dream to have a breakthrough in a month's time. Lin Rei didn't want to listen to the little dragon's nonsense. What Lin Rei cared most about at this moment was to have enough time and to improve the realm of refining pills. Then, use all your strength to refine the celestial crystal. Then, use half of your strength to refine the celestial water jade. Then, add half of your strength to refine the celestial water jade. Then, add half of the sword grass to fill it with sword chi. After the sword and flute are formed, use the celestial water to refine them. Then, drip your essence blood into them. Carve the high-level energy gathering formation, the killing formation, and the sound vanguard formation. Xiaolong slowly explained the refining method, but Lin Li felt a chill in his heart as he listened. It must be understood that the materials Xiaolong spoke of for the heavenly battle were all extremely valuable. For example, mystic water. Just mystic water alone was extremely rare, much less 10,000-year mystic ice. Every single one of these materials was extremely valuable, and every single one of them would be fought over by everyone in the immortal realm and the deity realm. Moreover, Lin Rei only had glazed crystals. He didn't even know what the glazed crystals looked like. Therefore, to Lin Rei, it was impossible to obtain them. Moreover, Lin Rei had never heard of the glazed crystals and the glazed crystals. If he wanted to refine them on the flute, it would be extremely difficult. Not to mention, they were very scarce at this time. I'll check. Are you okay? Where can I find the glazed crystals? It's okay if you say it's the glazed crystals. I've never even heard of the glazed crystals, let alone the 2 glazed crystals. Are you deliberately making things difficult for me? Tell me, are you deliberately making things difficult for me? The little dragon rolled its eyes at Lin Rei. I say, are you stupid? Since I've made a deal with you, the glazed crystals and the 2 glazed crystals are provided by me. Moreover, the glazed crystals are emperor-level crystals. For you now, it's very easy. Hearing this, Lin Rei heaved a sigh of relief. He didn't have to make things difficult for him anymore. Okay, we'll do as you say. Boom. With a loud sound, a very large cauldron appeared 3 meters in front of him. On top of it, there were countless strange beasts. It vaguely gave people a feeling of being suppressed. Okay, hurry up and refine it. When you need those things, I'll take them out for you. After hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei immediately made a boom sound. The illusory spirit blood fire began to jump in Lin Rei's hand. In an instant, it reached the bottom of the worldly brilliance. Under Lin Rei's full power, the worldly brilliance was successfully heated up in a short time. Quick, now is the time. Put the glazed crystals in and use the illusory spirit blood fire with all your might. Refine the essence inside and remove the impurities. Compress and compress until there are no impurities left. Without any hesitation, the little dragon's words and Lin Rei's actions moved at the same time. Poof! 6 glazed crystals the size of a head were instantly thrown into the worldly brilliance. Lin Rei began his first refinement. Firmly guard your soul, your heart is as still as water. In an instant, Lin Rei, who was originally a little nervous, calmed down after hearing the little dragon's words. His immortal chi was also more stable. Time slowly passed by. Lin Rei's forehead was slightly sweaty. His eyes were closely staring at the worldly brilliance. He didn't dare to blink for a moment. At the same time, his divine sense was also observing the situation of the glazed crystals inside the worldly brilliance. At this moment, after a period of refinement, the impurities in the glazed iron were slowly disappearing. Slowly, pure glazed crystals appeared. However, due to the hardness of the glazed crystals, even if Lin Rei used the illusory spirit blood fire with all his might, he still couldn't melt them in a short time. Not bad. In this short period of time, you were able to use the illusory spirit blood fire to refine the glazed crystals into this state. It's really not bad. However, if you want to completely refine the essence, you'll have to work harder. Boom! Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was just about to speak. Suddenly, a very pure energy came from his back. At the same time, the illusory spirit blood fire seemed to have sensed something. In an instant, the intensity of the fire increased by 3 times. The glazed crystals observed by his divine sense were melting at a speed visible to the naked eye. At the same time, Lin Rei didn't know what that pure but unknown energy was. Although Lin Rei didn't know what it was, Lin Rei knew that at this moment, besides the little dragon, there was no one else beside him. In this regard, Lin Rei's gratitude towards the little dragon in his heart grew deeper and deeper. It wasn't because of anything else, but because of his gratitude towards the little dragon. If it wasn't for the little dragon, perhaps he would still be living a very ordinary life at this moment. If it wasn't for the little dragon's help, he would have been killed when he was in the mysterious forest sky. If it wasn't for the little dragon, he wouldn't have been able to overcome all difficulties to come to the immortal realm. Even more so, it would be impossible for him to have the achievements he had today. Even more so, there wouldn't be the existence of the Xuanzong sect. Although Lin Rei couldn't repay this kind of kindness, Lin Rei had already secretly made up his mind. In his lifetime, he must help the little dragon find a way to break away from the system and help the little dragon become a human. At such a critical moment, you can still be half-hearted. Hurry up and concentrate. The little dragon's cold voice suddenly came. How many times did Lin Rei come back to his senses? He quickly concentrated his mind and began to refine the mysterious crystal. However, at this moment, it seemed that a strange scene had occurred. His divine sense discovered that the mysterious crystal at this moment was actually very pure. There was only a little bit of impurities that hadn't been removed. Seeing this, Lin Rei's mood became even more cheerful. In a flash, the remaining trace of impurities was also removed. Quick, withdraw the fire. After the little dragon's command, Lin Rei withdrew the fire. A piece of mysterious crystal the size of a human head appeared in front of him. Lin Rei, who was originally filled with joy, suddenly heard the little dragon's voice. Don't be happy. Heavenly water jade, come. You have to put some effort into this thing. Otherwise, I don't have any extra for you. Whoosh. Without waiting for Lin Rei to reply, the little dragon threw the heavenly water jade directly into the universe of heaven and earth. Half of the fire, hurry up. In an instant, according to the little dragon's words, Lin Rei began to refine again. This time, Lin Rei felt a lot more relaxed, but he was also a lot more careful. Time passed quickly. After a while, a ball of pure jade liquid appeared. However, he didn't take it out. Instead, he added another piece of refined mysterious crystal into it. Then, the little dragon took out half of the sword grass and threw it directly into the universe of heaven and earth along with the mysterious crystal. Use the heavenly water jade to refine according to the appearance of the two in front of you. After everything is refined, use the mysterious crystal to refine it. After hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei didn't waste any time. He looked at the appearance of the flute and the sword in front of him. Then, Lin Rei began to refine according to their appearance. At this moment, it was just taking shape. For Lin Rei, it wasn't difficult. After a while, the sample that the little dragon took out appeared. He followed the little dragon's instructions and put it into the extremely precious mysterious crystal. Buzz buzz buzz. Suddenly, a burst of hot air rushed up. In an instant, the two items that had just been refined were successfully refined. Force out a drop of your heart's blood and add it. From now on, this treasure is yours. Even if you die, no one will be able to open it. This time, Lin Rei didn't immediately carry out the little dragon's method. This was because he was concerned about the blood essence. This was a matter of great importance. However, after hesitating for a while, he hardened his heart and used the chi of immortal spirit to force out a drop of his heart's blood and dripped it on the sky battle. Okay, now that everything is ready, I'm only lacking one thing. While I haven't finished refining, I'll carve 2 or 3 formations. When I'm done, I'll use the mysterious crystal of 10,000 years to complete it. Then, many unfamiliar formations suddenly appeared in his mind. Lin Rei knew that this was the little dragon's masterpiece. Therefore, Lin Rei didn't stop it and allowed it to transmit into his mind. Just these formations, you can carve whatever you want. Chapter 406. Listening to the little dragon's words and examining the dazzling array formations, Lin Rei was very tempted. He wished he could inscribe all the array formations on it, but he knew that it was impossible. Slowly, the array formations passed through his eyes. Then, the Sound Vanguard Array and the Advanced Energy Gathering Array appeared in front of Lin Rei. The Advanced Energy Gathering Array was an Emperor-level array formation. After being inscribed, it could be used to increase the user's cultivation and upgrade the grade of the weapon. The Sound Vanguard Array was an Emperor-level array formation. It could be activated by music and could kill people without leaving a trace. It was the ultimate killing array. The moment the 2 array formations entered his eyes, Lin Rei felt that the little dragon's recommendation was right. Then, Lin Rei didn't look at anything else and hurriedly memorized the structure of the 2 array formations. He opened his eyes and instantly grabbed the heavenly battle in his hand and began to inscribe the 2 array formations on it. However, although it was his first time seeing it, perhaps because he was careful, he didn't make any mistakes. However, it did consume a lot of his mental strength. The array formations were completed bit by bit, but the passage of time made Lin Rei panic. He kept thinking about the other half of the sword grass. What if the time was up? The little dragon, who had been observing him, was very clear about this point. However, at the same time, the little dragon was also worried about it. The sword grass was something that only appeared once in a million years. It was very useful, especially when used in swordsmanship. It was a very good thing. No matter how good something was, it wouldn't be exchanged. Calm down. Otherwise, you'll lose the watermelon after picking up a sesame seed. The gains won't make up for the losses. The little dragon, who was worried about Lin Rei, hurriedly said to him. He didn't want to waste the heavenly battle for the other half. This thing was very precious. Sure enough, the little dragon's words made Lin Rei calm down quickly. He began to inscribe the array formations seriously. All the worries from before were swept away. Slowly, the energy gathering array was completed, allowing him to use the Sound Vanguard Array. With the first inscription, the inscription of the Sound Vanguard Array was much smoother. He only used half the time it took to inscribe the first array formation. However, what he didn't know was that 5 or 6 days had already passed when he was inscribing the array. In addition to the time before that, the 1-month deadline had already passed. Phew. I'm finally done. Hee, that's right. This is 10,000-year black ice. Hurry up and cool it down. After it's cooled down, he'll say that you're simply something unique. The final step was of utmost importance. Lin Rei didn't dare to lower his guard in the slightest. Alright, got it. Lin Rei didn't waste any time and directly placed Tianzhan on top of the 2-meter-long 10,000-year profound ice. At the same time, the Yuan gathering formation on top of it activated, and all the high-grade spiritual energy in the surroundings was absorbed by Tianzhan and disappeared. Hee, I'll take care of it. When Xiaolong saw this, a smile appeared on his face. As a mid-stage immortal monarch, Linli was naturally able to hear him. Alright, while Tianzhan is cooling down, hurry up and refine some heaven-grade elixirs to increase your alchemist level. There's not much time left. You must finish it within 5 days. Otherwise, you won't be able to refine the sword-breaking pill. The little dragon's words instantly made Lin Rei nervous. Alright, I got it. After saying that, Lin Rei sat down cross-legged and the illusory spirit blood fire appeared in his palm. At the same time, some materials for refining heaven-grade elixirs appeared and were stored in jade boxes. Using the heavens and earth as a cauldron, involving the spirits of the 4 directions, to condense the spirit of fire. In an instant, some materials for refining heaven-grade healing elixirs appeared in his hand. Without using any cauldron, he started refining the elixirs out of thin air. Time passed little by little. With pure alchemy experience, the water element elixir, a heaven-grade healing elixir, appeared. Ding dong! Congratulations to the host for refining the water element elixir. Experience points increased by 30 points. The host is still far from a breakthrough. The sound made Lin Rei speechless. However, Lin Rei was surprised that the water element elixir could give him so much experience points. Then, he started another round of refining. Ding dong! Experience points increased by 30 points. Ding dong! Experience points increased by 30 points. Experience points increased by 30 points. Slowly, Lin Rei refined one cauldron after another. However, as the number of times he refined increased, the experience points increased from 30 points per cauldron to 15 points per cauldron. Lin Rei felt helpless. Looking at the pile of water element elixirs beside him, Lin Rei gave up the idea of refining more water element elixirs. No, if I continue refining like this, I'm afraid the experience points will be 0. Since I can't refine the water element elixir, I'll refine the fire element elixir. The water element elixir will heal my injuries. The fire element elixir will recover the consumed immortal qi. After making up his mind, he started refining the fire element elixir. Time passed slowly. Soon, the fire element elixir could not be refined anymore. Then, it was the earth element elixir, the metal element elixir, and finally the wood element elixir. In this way, Lin Rei refined all kinds of elixirs. However, he still could not break through the level of alchemist. This made Lin Rei very anxious. Hee, Lin Rei, have you forgotten that there is another type of elixir? I guarantee that after you refine it, you will definitely become a king-grade alchemist. Just as Lin Rei was worrying, the little dragon's voice sounded like a lifesaver. In an instant, Lin Rei was overjoyed. All the haze from before was swept away. Quick, tell me, what kind of elixir is so powerful? Lin Rei urgently wanted to know what other elixirs he had yet to refine. However, he had already refined all the heaven-grade elixirs that he knew of. He was very curious about the elixir that the little dragon was talking about. Yin Yang Pill. What, Yin Yang Pill? Hearing the name of the elixir that the little dragon said, Lin Rei was stunned. He had never heard of such an elixir. Not bad, Yin Yang Pill. Hearing the little dragon's affirmation, Lin Rei was immediately curious about what this Yin Yang Pill was. Yin Yang Pill, it can make you very happy. It is also a very good elixir. As long as you refine it, you can break through the level of alchemist. Although the little dragon's explanation was very tempting, when it mentioned the elixir, an evil smile appeared on the little dragon's face. At the same time, Lin Rei suddenly felt that he had been cheated. However, in order to break through, Lin Rei did not hesitate and directly asked the little dragon for the elixir recipe. Then come. However, this time, the little dragon did not ask for any fees and directly threw the recipe to Lin Rei. There must be something fishy about this. In response, Lin Rei hurriedly received the elixir recipe. When he looked at it, his face suddenly turned red. What kind of elixir was this? This was clearly something that could help a man and a woman to have sex in the bedroom. Lin Rei really did not expect that the little dragon would ask him to refine such an elixir. Haha, how is it? It's okay, right? Seeing Lin Rei's deflated look, the little dragon was very happy and laughed heartily. Go ahead and refine it. Imagine the sword grass. Refining the yin-yang elixir is nothing, and it will also be very helpful to you. I remember that you haven't lived with your wife for hundreds of years. At this point, the little dragon looked at Lin Rei's lower body with a suspicious gaze. Suddenly, Lin Rei felt a chill. He did not expect that the little dragon would be so clear about his condition. Alright, I'll refine it. As long as it can help me break through, I'll refine anything. After saying that, Lin Rei immediately began. He took out all the ingredients needed to refine the yin-yang elixir and immediately began refining. The yin-yang elixir was commonly known as an aphrodisiac in the mortal world. However, the yin-yang elixir's medicinal properties were very strong. Unless the person reached a certain realm, there was only one result after eating it, and that was death. The yin-yang elixir required yuan-yang grass, fire ganoderma, and some other ingredients that were extremely nourishing. Looking at this heart, Lin Rei was somewhat helpless. Slowly, Lin Rei calmed down and instantly released the illusory spirit blood fire. He threw all the ingredients needed to refine the yin-yang elixir into the illusory spirit blood fire. According to the formula of the yin-yang elixir, he quickly refined it. He did not dare to make a single mistake. Otherwise, the furnace would explode and the most miserable person would be Lin Rei. After the furnace exploded, all the herbs used to refine the yin-yang elixir would be scattered in the air. Lin Rei was the closest person, so Lin Rei had to be careful. Although the unformed herbs did not have much medicinal properties, they were still very insidious things. Time passed by little by little. The illusory spirit blood fire seeds medicinal herbs were all refined and began to slowly take shape. The elixir is done. In an instant, a mesmerizing medicinal fragrance appeared. Instantly, Lin Rei's eyes began to hallucinate. He even felt his body begin to heat up. As soon as this scene appeared, Lin Rei bit the tip of his tongue to wake himself up. Then, he took out a medicine bottle and put the yin-yang elixir into it. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for refining the yin-yang elixir. You have gained 300 experience points. Ding dong, congratulations to the host for achieving full experience points. Do you want to break through to the king-level alchemist realm? Hearing the system's voice, Lin Rei smiled. Although he was a little confused before, after hearing the system's words, his face was full of smiles. Okay, level up. Ding dong, okay. Host, please wait a moment. Alchemist level up. Hearing this, Lin Rei stood up. Breaking through to the next level was from the system. He did not need to do anything at all. However, thinking of the cooling sword in the flute, Lin Rei quickly stood up and went to the 10,000 years black ice. At this moment, the sword in the flute was full of sword chi. Seeing this scene, Lin Rei smiled. Hee, it's finally done. After saying this, Lin Rei's hand immediately grabbed the sword in the flute. There was no obstruction. After the sword chi sensed Lin Rei's aura, the sword chi instantly scattered in all directions. Boom! He grabbed the sword in the flute and placed it in front of his chest. His other hand also grabbed the other end of the flute. As he pulled, a long sword that was emitting cold light appeared in front of him. The flute was warm and soft. Lin Rei was a little reluctant to part with it. Looking at the long sword that was emitting cold light, Lin Rei had a slight urge to use this sky battle sword immediately. Chapter 407. Clang. A sword-humming sound could be heard, causing the blood in Linley's body to boil and boil. His desire to do battle skyrocketed, and he wanted nothing more than to fight against someone who was on par with him right now. All right, hurry up and keep it. It's not enough to use the sky battle now. Although you know the innumerable sword technique, you don't know anything about music. It's better to wait until you find a suitable music attack in the future before you use it. Moreover, the sky battle has its own elemental gathering array, so we'll talk about it when its level is higher. Feeling the vigorous fighting spirit, the little dragon knew what Lin Rei was thinking. So, hearing the little dragon's words, it was not without reason. He looked at sky battle longingly, then put it into his ring. That's right, since your level has increased, you should hurry up and refine the pills. I wonder if you can handle the last few days and complete the refining task. At this moment, the little dragon was very worried that he could not refine the pill within the last few days. If that happened, the other half of the sword grass would lose its effect. Regarding this, the little dragon could not help but remind him. Sure enough, after hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei's face showed urgency. Without hesitation, he sat on the ground. All right, then hurry up and start. Although I've just increased my level, I hope I can refine it as I wish. Otherwise, my heart will ache to death. As he spoke, Linley took out the ingredients he needed to make the Swordbreaker pill. He didn't want to make any mistakes in his haste. Don't worry, I'll watch from the side. When the time comes, listen to my command. I guarantee that it will be successful and will not fail. Looking at the little dragon's confident look, Lin Rei did not have any doubts. Because the sky battle flute had already proven everything. Boom! In an instant, the illusory spirit blood fire shot out and arrived at the heaven and earth Huayu. As it warmed up, it was ready to refine the sword-breaking pill at any time. Not long after, the heaven and earth Huayu was warmed up. Then, the little dragon's voice sounded. Quick, let's refine the essence of the sword grass first. Almost at the same time, Lin Rei hurriedly threw the other half of the sword grass into the heaven and earth magnificent universe. The moment it entered the cauldron, Lin Fan's mental strength froze the sword grass in the air. Then, the illusory spirit blood fire surrounded it. At this moment, Lin Rei could not afford to be careless. Moreover, the fire was not very strong. Lin Rei controlled it well. It was neither too big nor too small. It was as if he knew what else to use. And, not bad, Lin Rei, I didn't expect you to be so proficient in controlling the illusory spirit blood fire. I have to say, I'm very impressed. If I had known earlier, no one would be able to control the illusory spirit blood fire at the king level. Moreover, even an emperor-level alchemist might not be able to do so. PFFF. Suddenly, the heaven and earth trembled. Immediately, Lin Rei's forehead was full of sweat. He quickly calmed his heart and controlled the fire, returning to calmness. Phew! That scared me to death. Fortunately, nothing happened. Otherwise, would have suffered a great loss today. Fortunately, he managed to salvage the situation in time. Otherwise, the sword grass would have been turned into powder by now. This was not a joke. It was rare to find a sword grass. This was not a cabbage that could be found on the street. It was not something that could be found easily. Otherwise, why would it be said that one could not find a sword grass in a million years? Oh, it seems that I can't be nice to you in the future, or praise you. Otherwise, no matter what you do, there will be accidents. Fortunately, you managed to calm down just now. Otherwise. the little dragon saw the scene just now. Then, the little dragon said to Lin Rei in a dissatisfied tone. When it said the last sentence, the little dragon did not continue. It just shook its head and looked disappointed. Lin Rei also felt the little dragon's words. He did not expect that a word of praise from the little dragon would cause him to make such a big mistake. At the same time, he was disappointed in himself. He was disappointed that he did not have good self-control. Then, the two of them did not speak. They quietly refined the sword grass. Although the sword grass was a plant, it was quite time-consuming and laborious to refine the essence of it. However, Lin Rei had the illusory spirit blood fire, so it was not that difficult. After a while, 4 green drops full of sword chi appeared in front of Lin Rei. Damn, this thing. If you take out a drop of it, it will cause a fight among the big sects. Lin Rei was right. A drop of it could cause chaos in the immortal realm. Generally, people who practice the way of the sword attached great importance to this kind of thing. Sometimes, even if they did not practice the way of the sword, they could still eat it and become a master of the way of the sword. The sword was the king of weapons. The way of the sword was broad and profound, with boundless mysteries. Humph, don't be so proud. Quickly take out the soul essences and crush them with the illusory spirit blood fire. Then, add the black water and combine the refined sword grass with the powder of the crushed soul essences. Hearing the little dragon's words, Zhou Bao did not hesitate. He moved his psychic strength and sent the soul essences that he had prepared earlier into the worldly splendor. The illusory spirit blood fire immediately surrounded the soul essences. Awo. Awo. Under the influence of the illusory spirit blood fire, the soul and the soul essences instantly woke up and began to struggle to break free from the illusory spirit blood fire. However, would Lin Rei give it a chance? Boom! In an instant, the illusory spirit blood fire soared several times. A miserable roar of a beast was heard. However, after a while, the sound of the demonic beast became weaker and weaker until it completely disappeared. When it completely disappeared, Lin Rei knew that it was time to crush the soul essences and combine them with the essence of the sword grass. Bang! The soul essences were crushed into powder by the illusory spirit blood fire. Then, 10 drops of black water were thrown into the worldly splendor by Lin Rei. Ha! Suddenly, Lin Lei's magical seal suddenly shifted to one side, and a magical seal that was completely incomprehensible, yet filled with mystery and speed, appeared. Fuse, up until now, the pill refinement process had been very smooth. There hadn't been the slightest mistake. Lin Lei was very satisfied with this. However, he knew that the greatest credit for this was Xiaolong. If it wasn't for Xiaolong, he wouldn't have been able to enter the Devil's Denver. If it wasn't for Xiaolong, he wouldn't have been able to open the pill refinement array. Therefore, the little dragon's role was very important. In short, without the little dragon, he wouldn't be where he was now. Poof! 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 In the worldly splendor, the 3 different materials began to slowly fuse together. Even though their attributes were different, the tempering of the illusory spirit blood fire had already changed. Boom! In an instant, a muffled sound came from the worldly splendor. Then, a very fragrant smell penetrated the air. In an instant, Lin Rei's realm was rapidly increasing. Damn! Damn, is this even possible? Feeling the pleasure of his cultivation increasing, he was very surprised. He didn't expect that this kind of medicinal pill had not been successfully refined. Now, just by smelling the medicinal fragrance, it could increase his cultivation by so much. What would happen if he successfully refined it? Thinking of this, Lin Rei's excited cousin continued to think. He was afraid that his state of mind would become unstable. At that time, the gains would not make up for the losses. Okay, stop dreaming. You will only know the benefits when you eat it. However, now is not the time. Quickly throw in the heavenly spirit grass and the spiritual origin grass. Then, the two materials were thrown in by Lin Rei. For these materials, the moment they entered the cauldron, the illusory spirit blood fire turned them into meat paste. The leaves of the Fire Valley tree. What, the Fire Valley? No, the attributes are very different. If it was before, the water and wood attributes were still okay. But now, the attributes are very restrained. Are you sure you want to add the leaves of the Fire Valley tree? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei instantly exclaimed. He didn't know the little dragon's purpose, but he still understood the principle of the 5 elements restraining each other. Hee, don't worry. This is the last one. Add the leaves of the Fire Valley tree, but you have to use your heart to refine it. You have to refine it until there is only 1 drop left. Then, you can fuse the medicinal pill. Otherwise, everything else will be wasted. Although he didn't know the little dragon's intention, Lin Rei didn't refute. Instead, he smiled and followed the little dragon's instructions. This meant that Lin Rei believed in the little dragon. Boom, in an instant, the illusory spirit blood fire began to refine the leaves of the Fire Valley tree. Time passed little by little. The leaves of the Fire Valley tree also began to melt into liquid. Slowly, from 3 drops, it became 2 drops. When it finally became 1 drop, the little dragon's urgent voice instantly sounded. Quick, fuse it with the previous one. Otherwise, everything will be wasted. Ha! He shouted and complied with the wishes of the little dragon. Although he understood in his heart, time proved everything. Slowly, the concentrated essence began to fuse. The medicinal fragrance was carried out by a gust of wind and immediately reached Lin Rei's face. The moment he smelled the medicinal fragrance, Lin Rei's spirit shook and produced a strange feeling. I didn't expect this medicinal pill to be so powerful. It can actually draw out the sword energy in my body. Don't be careless. Concentrate and fuse the medicinal pill at full speed. Just when he was feeling surprised, the little dragon's voice suddenly sounded and instantly woke Lin Rei up. I know. Don't worry. After saying that, his eyes focused and a majestic immortal chi instantly integrated into the heaven and earth and fused into the medicinal pill. Yin-yang fusion method, fuse for me. After a loud shout, the medicinal pill in the furnace began to quickly take shape. Time passed slowly. Not long after, the sword finally succeeded in breaking through the core. The medicinal pill is formed, keep. His movements were very smooth and graceful. This was no longer refining medicinal pills. This could be said to be an art. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Chapter 408. The sound of something breaking through the air rang out. In an instant, the pill bottle that had been prepared beforehand was lifted up, and the flying pills automatically entered the pill bottle. Bam! There was a loud bang. Just when he thought that there would be no problem and that he could keep the pills in his storage ring, a strange sound occurred. The pill bottle containing the sword-breaking pills instantly exploded, and the fragments scattered in all directions. Damn it, what's going on? This sudden turn of events caught Lin Rei completely off guard. He was instantly startled. Hee, you idiot. You don't even know this? This is a sword-breaking pill. It's concocted from sword grass. You want to store it in this ordinary bottle? Aren't you being too hasty? Fortunately, the 3 sword-breaking pills were pills with spirits. The moment the pills broke, they stopped in the air and the spiritual energy on them was not damaged at all. What, there's such a thing? However, when he thought about it, it made sense. Just the sword grass alone had taken him a long time to reach it. Now that he had refined it into a pill, it would be a piece of cake. Thinking of this, Lin Li felt relieved. Then tell me, what should I use? I can't eat it now. Lin Rei's words left the little dragon completely speechless. Can't you just put it in the system storage basket? I say, is your brain? As he spoke, the little dragon completely lost his temper. He didn't know what to say anymore. Knowing that he had made a fool of himself, he stored the 3 sword-breaking pills in the system the moment the little dragon told him the solution. Hee, it's finally done. Fortunately, I used up all the sword grass in less than a month. Otherwise. Alright, stop wasting time. Even though you've refined it, it's still impossible for you to consume it. You don't practice the sword Dao, so I'll tell you once I find a suitable medicinal property. For now, let's just hurry up and continue. If I had known, you would have to return to planet Aqua Blue in less than 100 years. Listening to the little dragon's urging, Lin Rei also became nervous. Then, without saying anything else, he stored the worldly splendor into the system. After packing up, he continued to move deeper into the demon's den. Based on the previous appearance and time, they should be reaching the end soon. However, Lin Rei's heart ached for the glazed crystals underground. That was a mine. To Lin Rei, this was a huge amount. If he could store it all in his blanket and turn it into an immortal item, how much would that be? Even if he used it to buy it, how much would he sell it for? Although he was reluctant to part with it, Lin Rei was even more curious about the things in the depths. However, what Lin Rei didn't know was that while he was gone, Wang Kuei and Wang Wen had already gone crazy. After Lin Rei disappeared, they searched everywhere. Some of them even sent messages to the dark operation in the headquarters of the Xuanzong Sect and asked them to send people to the immortal realm to look for him. However, after such a long time, they didn't find any trace of him. This caused the entire senior management of the Xuanzong Sect to be in an uproar. A month after Lin Rei disappeared, Jinan came to Waning Moon City and found Wang Kuei and Wang Wen to ask about the situation. When he found out that his father had gone missing, he went crazy and searched for him frantically. He even thought of the Bai family on the continent. Because they had destroyed a branch of the Bai family, they couldn't help but suspect that the Bai family was related to Lin Rei's disappearance. Moreover, it wasn't just the senior management of the Xuanzong Sect. Not long after Lin Rei disappeared, the news of his disappearance spread throughout the immortal realm. Everyone was ready to take action. They wanted to take down the Xuanzong Sect in one fell swoop when the Xuanzong Sect was leaderless. However, all those who wanted to take over the Xuanzong Sect chose to lay low after careful consideration. This was because they weren't sure about the real strength of the Xuanzong Sect. Based on the 9 celestial emperors that were shown during the Xuanzong Sect celebration, no one believed that the Xuanzong Sect's high-profile rise only had 9 celestial emperors. However, they couldn't imagine that the Xuanzong Sect had a total of 9 celestial emperors at that time. Moreover, they had shown them all at once. Peace returned to the immortal realm. However, the people of the Xuanzong Sect split up to look for Lin Rei. Everyone chose to watch the show. However, what they didn't know was that their sect leader, Lin Rei, who many people in the immortal realm wanted to kill, was riding on a horse's hooves in the depths of the Devil's Den in the depths of the Xiaoya city. He was riding happily. His face was flushed, and he was humming a tune from the planet Aqua Blue. He was very comfortable. I have a little donkey, but I never ride it. One day, Hey, boy, can you stop singing? Although you're very happy, don't disturb my sleep. You know, it's very tiring to deal with your affairs every day. Lin Rei, who was originally quite happy, heard the lazy but annoying voice of the little dragon. For a moment, Lin Rei rolled his eyes and stopped singing. Alright, don't be so stubborn. Since you're awake, watch the road for me. If you have nothing to do, you'll just sleep. Since Xiaolong was resting, he might as well take a look and see if there was any danger in the road ahead. You're exploiting me. Do you know that? You're exploiting me. As soon as he finished speaking, he saw a sharp gaze. He immediately shut his mouth and looked at the road ahead of the Devil's Denver. He didn't say a word and was very obedient. Seeing the little dragon's expression, Lin Rei laughed and waited for the little dragon to give him an answer. Lin Rei paused for a long time to observe the little dragon's facial expressions while waiting for an answer. However, he found that the little dragon was as calm as ever, as if telling him that there was no danger ahead. Seeing this, Lin Rei didn't wait any longer. He directly strode forward. As he moved forward, Lin Rei's 5 senses were completely blocked out. At the same time, his divine senses were constantly scanning the area within a mile of his body, in case of any sudden changes. Don't worry, kid. There's nothing wrong ahead. Go ahead boldly and don't worry. There won't be any mistakes. The little dragon's words sounded familiar to Lin Rei. It seemed that he had said the same thing when the sword aura appeared. However, as soon as he finished speaking, Lin Rei sank into the ground and said the same thing when he went to dig for glazed crystals. When he heard this sentence, Lin Rei couldn't help but feel nervous because he had been tricked by the little dragon. Therefore, he had to be more careful. Otherwise, who knew what would happen? Looking at Lin Rei's indifferent expression, the little dragon knew what was going on, but he didn't say it out loud. As the saying goes, things don't always go as one wishes. After a long journey, Lin Rei began to believe the little dragon's words. Suddenly, Yi Xiang happened. In an instant, when Lin Rei took a step forward, the entire space seemed to be painted with blood. The surroundings were incomparably red, sending chills down one's spine. Even Lin Rei would be frightened by this sudden attack. F***ck. Yi Xiang's sudden appearance caused Lin Li to instantly take a step back in shock. But then, as though sensing something, he returned to his original spot. However, for some reason, he felt a cold sensation on his back, as though something was staring at him. However, the little dragon, who was following Lin Rei, blushed even more. He had just said that there was no danger, but now. Little dragon, you're really something. You're so good at tricking people, aren't you? Previously, it was the sword aura and the mysterious crystal snake. What is it now? What? I really don't know. This, you, see for yourself. I'll go back first. After sensing his predicament, the little dragon decisively disappeared from Lin Rei's sight and returned to the system. Ugh. The little dragon's actions made Lin Rei even more speechless. He didn't expect the little dragon to be so shameless. He didn't dare to guarantee that there wouldn't be a second Lin Rei in this world. However, although the surrounding space had turned blood red, there wasn't any danger. Therefore, Lin Rei let go of his nervousness and walked forward vigilantly, ready to fight at any time. However, Lin Li found it extremely difficult to take even a single step forward. It was as though every step he took would lead to danger. Little brat, who are you? Why are you here? This sudden voice caused all the hairs on Lin Li's body to stand on end, and the cold feeling on his back grew even more intense. The voice was full of vicissitudes and sadness, but Lin Rei could feel that the other party was very powerful and mysterious, giving off an unfathomable feeling. Of course, this was just a voice that Lin Rei casually heard and a temporary feeling. He didn't know the specifics yet. Tell me, who are you and why are you in this devil's den? Lin Rei tried his best to calm down and shouted into the air. Little brat, you're very brave to be able to come here. Normally, people who come in can only walk to the corpse to end their lives. Some people are even directly obliterated by the sword aura emitted by the sword grass. I didn't expect that after so many years, someone could still come here. Indeed, the heavens didn't forsake the way of the Master, and the heavens didn't forsake the inheritance of the Master. Hiss. Listening to the words of the mysterious voice, Lin Rei was completely shocked. How many hundreds of millions of years had it been? This place had existed for so long. In this regard, Lin Rei's mind was full of questions. At the same time, Lin Rei didn't know what kind of person this mysterious voice was, and what kind of person was this master that could make a voice exist for so long and still be so powerful. Senior, I've offended you just now. It's really my fault. Senior, please don't take offense. As the saying goes, when you see a person, you speak human language, when you see a ghost, you speak ghost language. When you see a person stronger than you, you have to answer with the words of a weakling. Of course, the standard of a weakling in Lin Rei's mind was the kind that Lin Rei couldn't fight back at all. At the same time, the blood in Linley's body was like boiling water, boiling and boiling. His entire body was boiling hot, but it was extremely comfortable. This was a comfort that Lin Rei had never felt before, not even when he was improving his cultivation. This kid really is blessed with good fortune. I didn't expect that he would be able to find such a powerful place in a random place. However, this is just what I wanted. I originally wanted to purify Linley's bloodline, but I didn't expect that this place would be filled with the edicts of blood. At this moment, after sensing this scene, the little dragon in the system did not come out to explain to Lin Rei. Instead, it watched this scene quietly and was very happy for Lin Rei. The precept of blood was the only other precept besides the 3,000 precepts. It was very special but also very powerful. Other than the Lord of the Nether River during the Untainted Age, no one else had practiced it since then. This was because practicing the precept of blood was very terrifying. And now, in such an ordinary devil's den, the appearance of the rule of blood was like adding wings to a tiger for Lin Rei, adding the finishing touch to the dragon. If one knew that Lin Rei's Hongmeng sovereign bloodline had just been activated, it would be normal for his bloodline to be good. Now that it was tempered by the rule of blood, the quality of his bloodline would be greatly improved. Ah! Lin Rei let out a blood-curdling scream. His skin turned redder and redder. Then, his expression became extremely distorted. What was even more unbelievable was that Lin Rei's sweat was actually covered in blood. Just like that, as he flew, he roared in pain. This scene was very comical. The faster he moved, the more intense the pain in Linley's body became. However, what was surprising was that Linley's cultivation level was actually increasing at a rapid rate. The faster his cultivation increased, the closer he got to the late stage of the immortal monarch realm. At the same time, Lin Rei's pain also increased exponentially. This is good. It seems like it won't be long before this kid breaks through to the immortal emperor realm. I'll have to prepare the 5 elemental spirits for him later, in case he doesn't have the real strength to break through to the next realm. The little dragon was very happy about Lin Rei's breakthrough. However, the little dragon was very concerned about whether Lin Rei could break through to the next realm. It could be said that the little dragon had high hopes for Lin Rei. At this moment, Lin Rei didn't hear the little dragon's words. If he did, Lin Rei would be so grateful that he wouldn't know what to say. However, at this moment, Lin Rei, who was unconsciously floating in the air as if he was being dragged by someone, was emitting an increasingly powerful aura. In addition, the faintly unconscious Linley had unknowingly, without even knowing what was going on, gained insights into the laws of the blood. For a person's bloodline to be able to learn the laws of the blood was extremely beneficial to the person. However, to the people of the immortal world, the law of blood was a very distant and unreachable thing. This was because the comprehension of the law of blood was something that could only be done after ascending to the divine world. Even immortal venerables couldn't do it. However, Lin Rei had done it. As the saying goes, no one has ever done it before. Lin Rei was the first person to do it. The red color in the blood-red space slowly receded. The red color that retreated turned into strands of red silk that were as long as hair. The moment Lin Rei passed by, they merged into Lin Rei's body. However, Lin Rei's primordial spirit, which was in the Pill Palace, had already reached a height of 1,000,000 zhang. Its pressure was rising bit by bit. At the same time, the primal chaos true spirit automatically revolved according to the circuit without Lin Rei's help. Round after round, Lin Rei's immortal spiritual qi and the power of his bloodline became more and more intense. Hee, little brat, I didn't expect your aptitude to have reached such a level. You comprehended the law of blood as a mid-stage immortal monarch. At the same time, you absorbed the law of blood that was maintained by the old master in this space. It seems like my lifespan is not far away. At this moment, the voice of the mysterious god was filled with relief when Lin Rei was unconscious and the blood-red space was abnormal. However, when he said that he was looking at his master, his tone was very respectful. Little Dragon, who was in the system, naturally knew the voice of the mysterious god. This was because not long ago, the little dragon already knew all the information about the mysterious god and this space. If the little dragon's guess was correct, this space should belong to the untainted land. As long as the Lord of the Styx River, came out of it, the blood-red space was formed by the law of blood. The little dragon couldn't help but admire Lin Rei's luck and the depth of Lin Rei's good fortune. Others might not encounter such good fortune even once in millions of years. What about the master it chose? He encountered the Valley of Immortals when he first came to the immortal world. After that, he got rid of the endless bloodline. Then, he came to the capital city. Since then, he encountered the battlefield where the gods and devils fought. Then, he encountered the Tianqiong mountain. Now, he encountered the remains of the Lord of the Styx River, who once dominated a region in the untainted land. Even a destined person wouldn't have such good fortune. Xiaolong was astounded by this. Even if he was born during the Grand Mist era, he still didn't dare to imagine such a fortuitous encounter. So many fortuitous encounters could be encountered in a short few hundred years. How great was one's luck and fortuitous encounter! Ah! All of a sudden, a scream startled the little dragon in the system. As for the little dragon, who had been observing Lin Rei's every move, after hearing Lin Rei's scream, it didn't waste any time. It had already prepared everything it needed to break through to the immortal Emperor realm. Therefore, without hesitation, it appeared beside Lin Rei in an instant. F***ck. However, as soon as it appeared, the little dragon couldn't help but curse after sensing the aura and pressure emanating from Lin Rei's body. It was instantly petrified on the spot. Boom! A muffled sound came from Lin Rei's body. His aura burst out instantly and bombarded the red space around him. He broke through to the late stage of the immortal monarch realm so quickly. The little dragon thought that it would take a long time for it to break through to the immortal emperor realm. However, after Lin Rei let out a scream, it discovered that Lin Rei's body let out a muffled sound and the aura of a late-stage immortal monarch burst out uncontrollably from his body. However, what shocked the little dragon was that Lin Rei, who had broken through to the late-stage immortal monarch realm, didn't calm down. Instead, it continued to grow. The little dragon was truly astonished by this. It seemed like he was going to break through consecutively. However, the little dragon panicked. Previously, it had discussed with Lin Rei that he needed the 5 elemental spirits to break through to the immortal emperor realm. And now, Lin Rei was unconscious. If he were to break through now, it would affect Lin Rei's imperfect immortal emperor realm. Because if that were to happen, it would affect Lin Rei's future breakthroughs and he wouldn't be able to reach the stage it had imagined. Chapter 4:10. However, what made the little dragon even more difficult was that the opportunity to break through did not come at will. Now that there was an opportunity to break through to the immortal emperor realm, the little dragon did not want to stop Lin Rei. Such a dilemma gave the little dragon a headache. It was very difficult for him to make any choice. Just like that, the little dragon watched Lin Rei's aura rise little by little as if he had become a rocket god. This made the little dragon panic. If Lin Rei was awake and saw the little dragon jumping around like an ant on a hot pan, he would definitely find a chair, put 2 plates of peanuts on it, and sit by the side to watch the show. He would also clap his hands and cheer. If it really doesn't work, I can only force my own strength and put the 5-element spirit into Lin Rei's body to make his 5 elements perfect. Although he still has to work hard to cultivate in the future, this should be a good choice. After thinking for a long time, the little dragon finally came up with an answer. He quickly returned to the system and grabbed the 5-element spirit in his hand, ready to wait for the moment when Lin Rei broke through to the immortal emperor realm. Of course, the unconscious Lin Rei was unaware of the little dragon's efforts. At this time, the devil's den was very quiet. However, at the same time, time passed quickly with Lin Rei's breakthrough. Time passed little by little. In the blink of an eye, more than 40 years had passed. The immortal world was completely different from the devil's Denver. At this time, the immortal world was very turbulent. It had been more than 40 years since Lin Rei disappeared, but there was still no news of Lin Rei. Everyone in the Xuanzong sect was sent out. The entire immortal world was turned upside down by the Xuanzong sect, but there was no trace of Lin Rei. There were even some who said that Lin Rei had entered the devil realm. There were even some who said that Lin Rei had barged into a forbidden area but was killed. There were all kinds of rumors. The major sects, clans, and empires in the immortal realm who were planning to attack the Xuanzong sect began to collude openly. Many people saw it. The other countries, clans, and sects who were not colluding with the Xuanzong sect didn't come forward to ease the tension between the Xuanzong sect and the Xuanzong sect. They all hid as much as they could. If they couldn't, they could only watch as the Xuanzong sect gathered all their forces and prepared to attack the heavens. How could the Xuanzong sect not know about this news? But they had no choice. With the disappearance of their sect leader, they seemed to have lost their backbone. Moreover, they hadn't cultivated for such a long time. Therefore, the Xuanzong sect could only defend against the alliance between the sections. However, their attack might take 10 years, 20 years, or even longer. No one knew when they would attack the Xuanzong sect. But everyone knew that they wouldn't attack the Xuanzong sect within 10 years. This was because they needed to have enough capital to take down the Xuanzong sect with the least number of casualties. However, everyone forgot that the Xuanzong sect's formation was set up by Lin Rei. Moreover, the palaces above belonged to Lin Rei. If Lin Rei died, these palaces would disappear immediately. They wouldn't stay for a moment longer. Male brother, from today onwards, the Jiutian Trading Company shouldn't have any contact with the Xuanzong sect. At this moment, the sect leader of the Tianshan Hall of the Tianqiong Xuanzong sect was seated. Jin Ling spoke to Dong Xiaonan with a sad expression. What? Everyone was stunned when they heard this. However, after thinking about it, everyone understood the reason behind it. If the Jiutian Trading Company was still in contact with the Xuanzong sect, and if people found out that the Jiutian Trading Company was related to the Xuanzong sect, or even that the Jiutian Trading Company was built by the Xuanzong sect, then everything would be for naught. Expelling the male brother was a strategy of sacrificing the pawn to protect the cart. Jean Ling didn't believe that something had happened to her husband. Even if the Xuanzong sect was captured, she had to preserve a trace of strength for her husband. This was the only thing she could do. Jean Ling's righteousness made everyone present blush with shame. They were deeply shocked by the current Jean Ling. No, sister-in-law, this definitely won't do. At this moment, a strong voice of objection came out of Dong Xiaonan's mouth. His face was full of proof. His eyes were bloodshot, and tears flowed uncontrollably from his eyes. No, sister-in-law, I firmly disagree with your decision. My life, everything I have, and helping the Jiutian Trading Company were all given by Brother Lei. When the sect is in danger, you want me, Dong Xiaonan, to leave? You might as well kill me. At this moment, the Tianshan Hall was filled with an oppressive atmosphere. Everyone was silent. Male brother, listen to sister-in-law. I want you to leave to preserve the strength of the Jiutian Xuanzong sect for the sect master. Similarly, when you leave, take Yun, and sister Yao with you. Yun, is Brother Lei's flesh and blood, and sister Yao is Yun, biological mother. As long as they are fine, they will give the Xuanzong sect a trace of Brother Lei's bloodline. At this moment, Jean Ling had already decided to send Yun, away and leave her child behind. Protecting the Xuanzong sect was their responsibility. They couldn't leave, but Yun was different. He had a choice. To Yun, Lin Rei was just a familiar stranger who had met him a few times. But at the same time, this was her husband's bloodline. As for her son, he had the responsibility of protecting the Xuanzong sect since he was born. This was inevitable. But hearing Jean Ling's words, Dong Xiaonan wanted to say something, but he was interrupted by Jean Ling again. Remember, leave quickly. Don't let anyone see you. Sister-in-law is begging you. As soon as she said this, Dong Xiaonan couldn't say anything even if he wanted to. Immediately, he nodded in agreement and turned to leave. At this moment, Yao, and Lin Yun were already waiting outside the Tianshan Hall. Dong Xiaonan, who had left the hall, didn't say anything else. He released his immortal qi and instantly enveloped Lin Yun and his mother. Then, he flew quickly towards the central part of the sect, the headquarters of the Jiutian Trading Company. Alright, all of you are the elites of the sect. This time, if we survive this disaster, we won't be afraid of anyone in the future. Now that Wang Kuei, Wang Wen, and En have all returned, from now on, close all the exits and protect our home with me. As soon as he said this, everyone in the hall began to shout. Protect our home, protect our home. Their voices formed sound waves and instantly spread out in all directions outside of the Tianshan Hall. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was still improving his cultivation, still didn't know that his disappearance had ushered in a destructive attack on him. At this moment, at the end of the deepest part of the Devil's Den, Lin Rei was floating in the air. The surrounding red threads were still drilling into Lin Rei's body as if they were never saturated. At the same time, his cultivation had also reached a point where he was only one step away from the immortal Emperor realm. I didn't expect that the breakthrough would take 40 years. At this moment, the little dragon, who had been following beside him, sighed as he looked at Lin Rei, who was still unconscious. However, just as he was about to sigh, a strange movement came out of Lin Rei's body. A huge wave of energy came out of Lin Rei's body, and at the same time, the pressure was also increasing rapidly. Damn, don't tell me he's preparing to break through now. As soon as the strange appearance appeared, the little dragon immediately sensed something. In an instant, 5 colored spirits of the 5 elements appeared in his palm and slapped them on Lin Rei's forehead. The spirits of the 5 elements instantly entered Lin Rei's body and began to follow the automatic operation of the chaos scripture to improve his cultivation. Where the soul goes, the soul of the device spirit, suppressed the spirits of the 5 elements. Suddenly, a series of fast incantations flew out of Lin Rei's mouth and entered Lin Rei's body the moment they appeared. The incantations that entered Lin Rei's body began to quickly help Lin Rei refine the spirits of the 5 elements. Lin Rei, who was in a coma, felt something but did not wake up. The blood in Lin Rei's body had been purified by half of the impurities. However, due to the excessive consumption and the limited endurance of Lin Rei's body, the work of purifying the blood had to stop. Naturally, Xiaolong had sensed the instant his blood had stopped working. Even if it hadn't automatically stopped, Xiaolong would have come up with a way to make it stop. This was because Xiaolong knew that if Lin Li's body tried to purify all of the impurities in his blood, his body would explode and he would die. Hehe, fortunately, you're obedient. Otherwise, I'll have to do it myself. The little dragon laughed heartily and then focused all its energy on Lin Rei. Hehe, boy, you can laugh now. You've reached the early stage of the Immortal Emperor realm in such a short time. According to my previous estimation, it would take at least a few hundred years to break through to the Immortal Emperor realm. However, in the instant that the purification process ceased, Lin Li regained his senses, as well as his consciousness. However, the moment he woke up and felt his cultivation, he was pleasantly surprised. However, seeing that his cultivation was breaking through to a stage that he had been thinking about for a long time, Lin Rei did not dare to be careless. He cleared his mind and began to break through seriously. The primordial spirit in the Pill Palace was also growing rapidly as his cultivation increased. The primordial spirit that was originally 1 million feet had now grown to 10 million feet. It had reached a terrifying stage. Generally, the primordial spirit of a cultivator who broke through to the Immortal Emperor realm could only grow to 1 million feet. However, Lin Rei's primordial spirit was several times or even more than 10 times. This number was unpredictable. Hehe, hurry up and break through. After I break through, I'll go back to planet Aqua Blue and bring Tao Tai out. Oh, no, to break through to the Immortal Emperor realm, I need to summon 3 Immortal Venerables as my subordinates. Then, I'll let one of them return to the sect. In this way, I won't have to worry about the immortal world. Rings of immortal spiritual chi were gathering. At the same time, the 5 elements were being refined. The last step was the final step. Fundamental Venerable Break. Break. Boom. A muffled sound rang out from within Lin Li's body, and in an instant, a terrifying aura exploded forth, crushing in all directions. Chapter 411. The aura was like spring water, endless and inexhaustible. The little dragon, who had been observing Lin Rei, felt the aura, and a happy expression appeared on its face. Alas! Finally, I've succeeded. Heaven rewards those who work hard. The little dragon sighed and looked at Lin Rei. It was truly happy and gratified for him. Lin Rei, who had broken through to the early stage of the Immortal Emperor realm, did not stop cultivating immediately. Instead, he immediately consolidated his cultivation to prevent any traces from causing irreversible consequences. Time passed little by little on Lin Rei's cultivation journey. More than 4 months had passed since Lin Rei had broken through to the Immortal Emperor realm. Finally, under Lin Rei's disdainful efforts, his cultivation of the early stage of the Immortal Emperor realm had been completely consolidated, and it was difficult to shake it. Good. Not arrogant and not impatient. This boy seems to have grown up. Looking at the thoughtful and calm Lin Rei, compared to the past, it was simply a world of difference. Phew. He moved. Lin Rei, who was floating in the air, moved. He exhaled a mouthful of turbid air and his eyelids wriggled. I didn't expect that this breakthrough would allow me to break through to the Immortal Emperor realm. It's really incredible. Lin Rei, who slowly opened his eyes, felt his current cultivation, and his eyes were full of amazement and disbelief. Huh, boy, you've finally done it. The little dragon's voice came out of nowhere. After Lin Rei heard it, he said to it with a smile. Yes, it's time to wake up. I don't know why, but I've been feeling more and more irritable recently. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, now that I'm awake, everything is fine. Not arrogant and not impatient, neither servile or overbearing, and even less mischievous than before. For a moment, the little dragon was not used to it. If Lin Rei knew the benefits of the little dragon at this moment, Lin Rei would definitely say 2 words, despicable. Hee, maybe it's because you've been in seclusion for too long that you're feeling upset. Don't worry. When we're done here, we'll leave and return to planet Aqua Blue. Otherwise, when the time is up, you'll be killed. What? So fast? Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was in disbelief. He had only fainted because there were only 100 years left until the 300-year promise. But now, the little dragon wanted him to go to planet Aqua Blue to fulfill the 300-year promise. This was what do you think? Looking at Lin Rei's appearance, the little dragon rolled its eyes. You have been in seclusion for at least 40 to 50 years. Oh, do you think that a few years or a few months would allow you to jump 2 levels to become an immortal emperor? Do you think that immortal emperors are like chives that appear one after another? Upon hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei completely lost his temper. At the same time, he also accepted this fact. The little dragon was right. It wasn't easy to break through the threshold of the immortal emperor. Alright, hurry up and feel the power in your bloodline. Perhaps there will be unexpected benefits? Upon hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei didn't hesitate. He instantly inspected his bloodline, and to Lin Rei's astonishment, his bloodline had undergone earth-shattering changes. At this moment, his bloodline was like a red crystal and looked extremely charming. It was as though one could imprint it in the depths of one's mind with a single glance. Even natural gems couldn't compare to Linley's bloodline. What was even more miraculous was that there was a terrifying power surging within his bloodline. Linley had tested this power before. He was able to control this power at will, without any restraints. Damn, this. Lin Rei was so surprised that he didn't know what to say. He didn't expect that after being in a coma for 40 to 50 years, there would be so many changes. As the person involved, he didn't even know what had happened. If others were to know about this, their jaws would definitely drop. Consider yourself lucky to have come to an especially powerful place. But even so, let's settle the score with the 5 elemental spirits. The sudden change in the topic left Lin Rei at a loss for words. Upon hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei was puzzled. What 5 elemental spirits? He didn't know anything about them. What 5 elemental spirits? I've never seen them before. You. This sentence instantly choked the little dragon. But Lin Rei wasn't lying. He really didn't know, because when the little dragon injected the 5 elemental spirits into Lin Rei's body, he was in a coma. The 5 elemental spirits were automatically refined by the chaos scripture while he was in a coma. Regarding this, the little dragon didn't know what to do. But there was no doubt that the 5 elemental spirits would be paid back. Let me tell you, I injected the 5 elemental spirits into your body when you broke through to the immortal emperor realm. These things are expensive. You have to pay for them. Otherwise, I'll cry in front of you. In the worst-case scenario, the little dragon could only resort to the coquettish method of the Blue Planet girls to deal with Lin Rei. Ugh. Lin Rei was really impressed by the little dragon's actions. But there was no other way. Lin Rei believed the little dragon's words. Because the little dragon had previously said that to break through to the immortal emperor realm, one must find the 5 elemental spirits because this was a method from another era. This breakthrough was much stronger than an ordinary immortal emperor. Therefore, Lin Rei had no choice but to accept this debt. Okay, I'll accept it, okay? Then tell me, how much do you need? Lin Li's words caused Xiaolong's eyes to light up. He hurriedly said, actually, it's nothing much. Each of the 5 elemental spirits costs 300,000 exchange points, so. Hiss. Hearing the number of 5 elemental spirits reported by the little dragon, Lin Rei couldn't help but suck in a breath of cold air. He rolled his eyes and almost fainted. However, after hearing the huge amount, his legs failed to live up to his expectations and bent down. 5 million exchange points. This was not 100 or 200,000. This was many times more than 200,000. If Lin Rei had the money, he would definitely not be stingy. But this was a lot of exchange points. Even if he sold himself, he wouldn't be worth so much. For a moment, Lin Li was filled with worry. His forehead creased into a frown, and a look of displeasure appeared on his face. Oh! Isn't this playing with me? 5 million? Even if I sold my kidney, I wouldn't be able to get that much. Looking at Lin Rei's worried face and thinking about the 5 million exchange points, the little dragon snickered in its heart. Its mood was particularly good. How is it, kid? To be honest, Lin Rei regretted it. He regretted being too big of a mouth and agreeing without asking clearly. However, it was too late for regrets. Since he had already boarded the pirate ship, it would be difficult to get off. Stop pretending. It's not like you don't know that I don't have that many exchange points. Just tell me, what do you want me to do? Smart enough. Hearing Lin Rei's words, the little dragon smiled and said, actually, it's nothing. You can slowly return the exchange points. But I only have one condition, and that is to quickly cultivate. When you reach the height in my heart, you must help me shape my body at all costs and make me a human. As soon as the words came out, Lin Rei immediately relaxed and thought, hey, as long as you don't make me return the money now, I'll do whatever you say. But what Lin Li didn't know was that helping an artifact spirit create a physical body was no laughing matter. One had to pay an enormous price. Although artifact spirits were spirits as well, in all of history, not a single person had ever succeeded in doing so. However, this was a story for another time. As for whether it would succeed or not, no one knew. Okay, I promise you. When you reach the level in your heart, I will definitely help you shape your body so that you will be like me, unrestrained by the system. You can soar freely between heaven and earth. Birds can fly in the high mountains and fish can swim in the wide seas. Seeing Lin Li agree so readily, Xiaolong was overjoyed in his heart. Hey, kid, when the time comes, you'll know that helping an artifact spirit create a physical body isn't something you can just see. The little dragon was very satisfied with their deal. However, what Lin Rei didn't know was that he had once again been cheated by the little dragon. Perhaps when the time came, Lin Rei would regret it so much that he would cry. However, at this moment, the little dragon really didn't regret it at all. It was happy because it didn't have to give him 5 million exchange points immediately. Okay, let's hurry up and see what's here. This is the end of the Devil's Denver. Maybe the treasures here are even better than the ones before. After being reminded by the little dragon, Lin Rei quickly came back to his senses and looked around. At this moment, the space around him was very big. It was as big as 10 football fields. However, it was pitch black and he couldn't see anything clearly. Originally, when one reached the immortal emperor realm, one could ignore the darkness. However, it was completely different here. Here, Lin Rei was like a blind man. He walked around randomly and couldn't sense any direction. Use your 5 senses to feel and see what's around you. See if there's anything special. At this moment, Lin Rei, who was originally slightly flustered, suddenly calmed down. He released his 5 senses and began to sense the movements around him. It was really useful. Although he could only see things within 3 meters around him, it was still quite good. He walked forward step by step. Apart from the fact that the road was flat and there wasn't even a small pit, there was nothing else. After walking around for a while, just when Lin Rei really thought that there was nothing, the entire space suddenly lit up. The bright light made Lin Rei, who had been in the darkness, unable to adapt to it. The moment the light appeared, Lin Rei's eyes stung and he instantly closed them. The realization of the light appeared in an instant. Lin Rei wasn't even prepared for it. Damn, what's going on? Chapter 4:12. Gradually, Lin Rei opened his eyes and adapted to the light in this space. After a while, Lin Rei's eyes were completely adapted to the light. At this moment, Linley was able to see everything clearly. There wasn't a single place that Linley couldn't see. When he looked again, there was a huge altar in the center. Around the altar, there were words and symbols that Lin Rei had never seen before. However, on the walls of this space, there were wall paintings with strong Dao rhymes. Lin Rei seemed to understand some of the meanings on the wall paintings, but he was not sure. Could it be the scene of Pan Gu splitting open the sky? There was a picture on the wall. It was a picture of a giant with a plate on its head and a giant lotus under its feet. It held a giant axe in its hand. It raised the axe and chopped towards the sky. It was hard not to think of the scene when Pangu split open the sky. The sudden pain caused Linley to shut his eyes. A drop of blood flowed out from the corner of Linley's eye, dripping down his cheek and dripping down his cheek. Damn, boy, do you want to die? How dare you look at this kind of wall painting? If you were not in the immortal Emperor realm, I'm afraid you would explode and die if you looked at it for a while more. Suddenly, the little dragon's reprimanding voice came. Lin Rei realized the seriousness of his gaffe. Because no matter what mistakes he made in the past, the little dragon had never reprimanded him like this. Okay, I got it. Suddenly, the space was silent. There was no business. Lin Rei thought that the little dragon was angry and wanted to apologize. But suddenly, the little dragon's voice came. What it said was the meaning of the painting. Listen carefully. What you said just now was correct. That was indeed the scene of Pangu splitting open the sky. However, after that, he turned into all living things and created the desolate era. At this point, the little dragon's voice carried traces of desolation. For a moment, Lin Rei's emotions were brought into the little dragon's mind. Then, little by little, Xiaolong told Linley everything that had happened. Along the way, Linley felt as though he had experienced the events himself, as though he had entered a primordial world. His horizons had been broadened greatly, and at the same time, Linley was filled with reverence towards each and every one of those gods that Xiaolong spoke of. However, what surprised Lin Rei the most was that the place he was in now was actually the place left behind by the master of the Styx River, the Styx River. Lin Rei was amazed by this. Shortly after, the little dragon finished telling the story and Lin Rei opened his eyes. As for the murals, Lin Rei didn't look at them again. After the first time, he didn't want to do it a second time. After knowing that this was the Styx River's legacy, Lin Rei no longer acted recklessly and became well-behaved. That's enough. The Styx River is no longer here. He can't see you like this, so give up on your little thoughts. Upon hearing the little dragon's voice, Lin Rei blushed instantly. In order not to let the little dragon see through him, Lin Rei quickly pretended to be calm and walked up to the altar. Heh, stop pretending. I've followed you for so many years. If I don't know your character, then I, the little dragon, would have lived in vain. After Lin Rei disappeared, the little dragon quickly followed him and walked up the steps of the altar step by step. With every step, a strong pressure would descend. Lin Rei had felt this pressure before. However, when he was still at the immortal monarch realm, he wasn't afraid at all. Now that he had broken through to the immortal emperor realm, there was nothing to be afraid of. Then, step by step, he walked up the steps and slowly arrived at the top of the altar. At this time, a card that looked like a poker card was floating in the air. There were indeed 36 drops of blood around it. At the same time, they were also floating in the air. The blood exuded a terrifying aura. Lin Rei was very familiar with this aura. This was the blood evil qi. At the same time, Lin Rei felt very familiar, as if he had seen it before or it was something that belonged to him. However, what made Lin Rei most curious was the card floating in the middle. There was a kind of formation engraved on the card. Lin Rei had never seen this kind of formation before. However, according to the vision of an Emperor Realm Array Master, he vaguely felt that the formation on the card should be the contract of Dozhong. Little dragon, come and see what kind of formation this is. I've never seen it before. Hearing Lin Rei's voice, the little dragon came to Lin Rei's side in an instant. As he spoke, Lin Rei pointed at the card floating in the air. For a moment, the little dragon's pupils shrank and his face revealed a look of ecstasy. Hurry, Lin Rei, hurry up. The first drop of blood is in. Quickly sit down and refine it. With it, you will have another helper in the immortal world. Although he didn't understand what the little dragon was saying, Lin Rei understood the literal meaning very well. Without hesitation, he sat down cross-legged and held the card in his hand. He took out the heavenly battle sword and cut a hole on his finger. A drop of blood flowed out from his finger and dripped onto the card. Swoosh! In an instant, there was a burst of brilliant light. An illusory formation suddenly appeared and rushed out of the altar. It didn't stop until it reached the boundary of the entire space. The great Tao of blood, as long as the blood is not extinguished, it will never be extinguished. Since an ancient voice rang out. Instantly, Linley's heart was filled with shock. And then, those 36 drops of blood began to slowly swell, forming into the shape of a person. Hee, I guessed right. The little dragon's words made Lin Rei scratch his head. He didn't understand at all why he couldn't speak clearly. On the contrary, he only spoke half of it. It was very confusing. Why, little dragon, tell me, what did you guess? At this moment, looking at the 36 figures formed by the drops of blood, Lin Rei panicked. This was the first time Lin Rei had seen such a strange scene. He had never heard of a drop of blood being able to form a person. Moreover, he was happy that the aura on his body was slowly rising. Hee, kid, don't take it for granted. Do you know that these 36 figures are members of the Azura tribe? They were the first group of Azura tribesmen who were allowed to come out when Mingi established the Azura tribe. With this explanation, Lin Rei was so shocked that he couldn't speak anymore. This kind of information was really difficult for Lin Rei to accept. The Eldritch world and this world were worlds apart. However, now it was Mingi's world and Pangu's world. Now, the Azura tribe had appeared. Lin Rei could only choose helplessly. TSK, I just don't know why Mingi would leave such a powerful existence here and let them live in this world as a drop of blood. Little Dragon couldn't figure it out no matter how hard he tried. However, When he thought of the kind of card Lin Rei was forming a contract with, Little Dragon gave up thinking. He knew that the formation formed by Lin Rei was a kind of slave formation. It used blood as a medium to recognize its master. As for what it was controlling, he believed that even if he didn't say it now, he would know. It was the 36 members of the Azura tribe who were transforming. Little by little, the 36 figures of the Azura tribe slowly appeared. Their cultivation had reached the peak of the immortal Emperor realm. Then, their aura suddenly stopped rising. Their figures were revealed. At this moment, they didn't look like they were in their 70s or 80s as Lin Rei had imagined. Instead, they looked very young. They were about the same age as Lin Rei. However, the blood qi on their bodies was very strong. Anyone could feel it. Slave formation, form Yongqi, form. The moment the formation was completed, the illusory formation floating in the air suddenly disappeared. However, the card remained in Lin Rei's hand. Azura command, 3 words appeared on the card. Lin Rei was sure that these 3 words didn't exist before. Azura command, what the hell is this? Looking at the card, Lin Rei felt helpless. Just as Lin Rei was at his wit's end, a strange sound came from the front. Plop. At this moment, the 36 members of the Azura tribe knelt down before Lin Rei. They were full of respect and cautiousness. We, the Azura tribe, pay our respects to our master. Master? Ha, ha ha ha. Hearing their greetings, Lin Rei was stunned at first. Then, he laughed heartily. However, he soon realized his impoliteness. He calmed his complicated emotions and said to them, "Thank you for your help. Get up, all of you. Don't call me master in the future. Call me young master." Looking at the 36 peak-level immortal emperors in front of him, Lin Li's heart was already blooming with joy. He had known that this was an extremely powerful force. Moreover, Lin Li believed that just these 36 immortal emperors alone were enough to topple any top sect. Yes, we will obey your orders. They were indeed from the Azura tribe. Their movements were fast and their momentum was indescribable. The fact that they had top-grade immortal artifacts was enough to prove that. Moreover, the weapons in their hands were indescribable. If he was not wrong, the demonic weapons in their hands should all be at the level of divine artifacts. It's finally over. I've been here for so long. I wonder what the outside world is like. Is the sect still intact? I wonder what happened to Wang Kuei and Wang Wan. After everything was over, Lin Rei thought of them. However, what Lin Rei didn't know was that the Xuanzong sect was in danger and could be destroyed at any time. Huh, boy, that's enough. Don't be so emotional. You've picked up a big liar this time. Although they are at the immortal Emperor realm now, according to my conservative estimate, their real strength should be above the immortal X realm. Hiss. Hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei looked at the 36 members of the Azura tribe in disbelief. For a moment, he didn't know what to say. That's enough. Hurry up and arrange everything. You don't have to go back. Just stay here. I'll let you use the transmission device for free so that you can return to planet Aqua Blue directly. Chapter 413. After hearing Xiaolong's words, Lin Li froze on the spot. His eyes were wide open, and he looked at Xiaolong with a strange expression. He thought that there was something wrong with his ears and that he had misheard. At the same time, the little dragon was also speechless when he sensed Lin Rei's expression. Alright, stop looking. I'm not crazy, and neither are you. I'm just paying you in advance to help you build my body in the future. Don't fall in love with me because of this. At this moment, Lin Rei had returned to his original appearance. However, after hearing the little dragon's last sentence, Lin Rei bent over and vomited. "Ha, funny, you're joking." After saying that, Lin Rei did not have the chance to talk to Lin Rei. Instead, he turned his attention to the 36 Azura clan members. Although they looked no different from ordinary people, even an ordinary person would be able to notice the aura on their bodies. The blood chi on their bodies was very majestic. Even with Lin Rei's realm and physical cultivation, it was not as strong as any of the Azura clan members' blood chi. Therefore, this also proved that the Azura clan was indeed a remnant of the primordial times. Moreover, they were created by the blood sea sticks. Alright, for the sake of convenience in the future, all of your original names will be abolished. From now on, you will be called Blood 1, Blood 2, and so on until you are ranked Blood 36. As for how you will be ranked, that will depend on your strength. Who is stronger, or you may have been ranked this way before. Yes, we will obey young master's words. After hearing Lin Rei's command, the 36 Azura clan members instantly knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Lin Rei. All of you, rise. Seeing them kneel, Lin Rei felt very helpless. He then ordered, also, when I give you orders in the future, you don't have to kneel. I don't like these complicated formalities, and don't tell me no. This is the first order I give you after you become my, Lin Rei's, subordinates. If you don't obey, you will be killed. Before he finished speaking, the murderous aura was already there. Even the Azura clan, as a clan of killing, couldn't help but gasp in surprise when they felt Lin Rei's murderous aura. This was because Lin Li's murderous aura was like a vast ocean, endless and mixed with a chilling aura. His murderous aura was originally Yin, and coupled with the fact that he had fought with the corpse for such a long time, Lin Li's murderous aura was no longer the same as it was in the past. My lord's strength is truly admirable. A resounding flattery directly landed on Lin Rei. Lin Rei wasn't a saint. After hearing the Azura clan members' words, Lin Rei was overjoyed. Ha ha ha, good, your future is limitless. Shameless. The little dragon's words made Lin Rei's good mood disappear in an instant. It was replaced by a stomach full of anger. I say, little dragon, will you die if you don't insult me? He said to Xiaolong with resentment. Xiaolong was so heartless, and he looked as if he was very happy to make fun of him. Lin Li was so angry that one Buddha was born, and 2 Buddhas ascended to the heavens. He was so angry that he wanted to rush up and tear open the little dragon's pants, take the heaven-measuring ruler from the primordial age, and viciously slap the little dragons but a few times. Okay, I won't anger you anymore. Having seen enough and laughed enough, the little dragon suddenly changed the topic and said to Lin Rei with a serious face, "You've been away from the immortal realm for more than 50 years on the surface. During the Xuanzong Sect celebration, you didn't leave any face for the major sections. Now that you've disappeared, perhaps there are already people spreading the news of your death. Tell me, at this time, how will you deal with those who don't accept you and are jealous of your possession of the celestial sect?" In an instant, the little dragon's words calmed Lin Rei down. It could even be said that he was worried. Indeed, when he thought about how he didn't leave any face for the major sects in front of 50 years and even made a fool of them, now that he thought about it, the only thing they were thinking about now was how to deal with the Xuanzong sect in the celestial sect. Hiss. You're saying. Speaking of this, Lin Rei was afraid. After leaving for more than 50 years, he didn't know the specific situation of the immortal realm. If it was like what the little dragon said, then what about his sect, his wife and children? Thinking of this, Lin Rei didn't dare to think further, because he was afraid. He was afraid that what he thought would become true. Oh, now you know how to be afraid? The little dragon was already aware of Lin Rei's actions, so even if the little dragon didn't see Lin Rei's appearance, he knew what would happen. Nonsense. Listening to the little dragon's nonsense, Lin Rei was really drunk. Since he knew the situation, why didn't he hurry up and say a solution? Why was he wasting time here? Then, Lin Rei was ready to turn around and head outside. However, before he took the first step, the little dragon's voice sounded again, full of helplessness. "Sai, I say, are you stupid? I've already said that you have to hurry back and rescue Tao Tai. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if you die, but I will die too." Sure enough, as soon as the words came out, Lin Rei began to hesitate. He didn't know what to do. On one side was the lives of his wife and children, and on the other side was his and the little dragon's lives. At this moment, Lin Rei was really in a dilemma. No, I can't let my wife and children be in danger. They are my life, I can't do this. Thinking of his wife and children, Lin Rei gave up his life and frantically flew towards the Devil's Denver. The 36 Shura people behind him, the moment Lin Rei moved, they followed closely behind. At this moment, apart from worry, Lin Rei was afraid. He was afraid that everything would be too late. He was even more afraid that his extreme dedication to the Tao would cause the death of his wife and children. Stop. Can you bear it? Use your brain and imagine. Even if you go now, it's already over. Moreover, you are now in the central region, while the Xuanzong sect is in the east. Do you really think you can return to the Xuanzong sect immediately? Although Lin Rei was anxious to save his wife, he hadn't lost his rationality. Lin Rei also understood the little dragon's words. Therefore, the moment he heard the little dragon's words, Lin Rei stopped. Don't you still have 3 chances to draw the lottery? You are now in the early stage of the Immortal Emperor realm. You can use the lottery to draw 3 Immortal Venerables. Isn't that enough? Leave 1 Immortal Venerable and the other 2 will follow you back. Once the Immortal Venerables appear, the sect won't be able to deal with them. Sure enough, the moment the little dragon's idea appeared, the haze in Lin Rei's heart instantly dissipated. The originally worried expression on his face disappeared and was replaced by joy. Hehe, I will continue to know. I knew you would have a way. Lin Rei didn't want to waste any more time. The longer he waited, the more his wife and children's lives would be in danger. In an instant, his body disappeared from the Devil's Denver. When Lin Rei reappeared, he was already in the system. Ding dong, welcome back to the system world. May I know what service the system has for you this time? A very human-like voice sounded, giving Lin Rei a fright. Previously, he didn't receive such treatment. Damn, what's wrong with this? Hehe, this is just a small change after the upgrade. When the system life reaches a certain level, there will be more and better things for you to find. Hehe, alright. Upon hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei knew that it was tempting him to hurry up and find a higher level of spiritual energy to increase the system life. Moreover, Lin Rei didn't believe that the system life wouldn't benefit the little dragon. System, activate the mission draw system. Ding dong, okay, please wait a moment. After waiting for a short while, the system's voice sounded again. Ding dong, system activated. How would the host draw? Once, twice, or thrice? Lin Rei pondered over the system's words. If he had known earlier, he wouldn't have drawn the Immortal Venerables in batches like before. This time, Lin Rei wanted to draw the Immortal Venerables again and again. Let's draw one at a time. Ding dong, okay, please wait a moment. The mission draw system will be activated. Ding dong, the mission draw system has begun. Please wait patiently. After the system's voice finished speaking, it went silent. Then, there was no movement in the system space. It was so quiet that Lin Rei felt a little uncomfortable. Time passed little by little. In this regard, Lin Rei didn't feel anxious. Instead, he waited patiently. He didn't know how much time had passed because he couldn't feel the time in the system at all. Just when Lin Rei was a little impatient, suddenly, a wave of pressure came over. However, the moment it sensed Lin Rei's aura, the pressure shrunk instantly. However, Lin Rei couldn't forget that pressure for the rest of his life. Although it was only for a moment, Lin Rei felt as though he was struck by lightning from the ninth heaven. He didn't know where he was, and even in that short moment, he lost control of his body. That's right, it was only for a moment and he recovered immediately. Phew! Cold sweat trickled down his forehead and the back of his shirt was drenched in cold sweat. Although he was terrified, Lin Rei knew that it was the immortal venerables that he had drawn. Filled with excitement, he looked at the source of light in front of him. All of a sudden, a charming, refined, and devastatingly beautiful woman appeared before him. Ugh! Heh, kid, it seems like you're quite lucky with women. Some of them are really powerful. To be able to cultivate to the immortal venerables level, it seems like the previous owner must be really powerful and the family behind her must be really awesome. Chapter 4:14. Why do you say that? Upon hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei didn't understand. Although this woman was powerful, it shouldn't be enough to recognize her previous self. I'm just making a wild guess. Looking at the playful little dragon, Lin Rei rolled his eyes and left it to its own devices. The light in front of his eyes slowly disappeared as the woman's appearance became clearer and clearer. Step, step. At that moment, the woman in the immortal robe slowly approached Lin Rei. Without a word, she knelt on the ground and kowtowed to Lin Rei. My surname is Jin, my name is Luing, and my courtesy name is Wanrong. I'm in the late stage of the immortal venerable stage. Greetings, young master. From now on, I'm your subordinate. Her name was clear and the way she introduced herself was unique. However, Lin Rei seemed to like it a lot. He smiled and the saliva at the corner of his mouth was clearly visible. However, Luing didn't see it because he kept his head down in front of Lin Rei. After Lin Rei sensed himself, he hurriedly wiped away the saliva at the corner of his mouth and said to Luing, get up. From now on, stay by my side and be my bodyguard. As soon as he said that, Luing, who was kneeling on the ground to show his loyalty, instantly beamed with joy. This smile was much better than that stupid smile of his. Lin Rei believed that with Lu Ying's smile, even a powerful immortal venerable or an old bald donkey who had cultivated for millions of years couldn't help but let their imaginations run wild. Yes. Hearing his master's words, Luing hurriedly stood up and went behind Lin Li. He stood there respectfully and didn't say a word. Seeing that the first person to appear was a beauty, Lin Rei looked forward to the next two people even more. System, hurry up and draw the second immortal venerable for me. Hurry. Ding dong, okay. Please wait for a moment, host. The system is already running. Before Lin Rei could finish his sentence, the system's voice rang out. Furthermore, it had already started operating on its own. The pain was the same as the last time. He didn't know how long he had to wait. Fortunately, this time, there was a beautiful woman standing beside him. Otherwise, Lin Rei would really be suffocated to death. However, this time, Lin Rei clearly felt that the selection process was much slower than the previous time. Ding dong, extraction complete. Lin Rei, who was meditating, suddenly heard the system's voice. Lin Rei quickly woke up, and at this moment, a man in battle armor appeared in front of him. The man was handsome, with sharp eyebrows and bright eyes. His aura was incomparably valiant, but Lin Rei still felt that his aura wasn't as strong as Lu Ying's. He wasn't sure if it was an illusion. With a plop, the man knelt on the ground and introduced himself. Subordinate, Ling Yu, late-stage immortal venerable. From now on, I am young master subordinate. Lin Rei listened to the man's fluent words. However, his previous thoughts were confirmed. Ling Yu was indeed not as valiant as Lu Ying. Stand up. Looking at the man in front of him, although he wasn't as valiant as Lu Ying, he was still an immortal venerable. Therefore, Lin Rei didn't ask for too much. Yes, young master. Ling Yu, who stood up, went behind Lin Rei and stood side by side with Lu Ying. He looked at Lin Rei with respect in his eyes. Alright, let's go for the third time. This time, Lin Li didn't waste any more words and directly began the third round. However, after the third round began, Lin Li sat down cross-legged and stabilized his cultivation. This was because Lin Li knew that each round of the lottery would take longer than the previous round. As for exactly how long it would take, Lin Li didn't know. However, at this moment, in the immortal world, the elites of Qiankuan's sect had all left for Sword Sect. Elsewhere in the immortal world, Outyan Empire, Formation Emperor Zhu Tiantong, and other elites were all heading toward Sword Sect. Everyone knew that this was a declaration of war against Xuanzong Sect. At the same time, the small sects that had been cheated by Xuanzong Sect were all excited because they were about to get their revenge. At this moment, apart from Wanbao Sect and Jing Tian Sect, the other three major sects of the immortal world had all moved out. Two empires had also moved out. Needless to say, the clans had also moved out. The appearance of three clans at the same time was something that had never happened before in the immortal world. Just the number of immortal sovereigns that had gathered this time was 3 times more than the number of Xuanzong Sect. The number of immortal monarchs was uncountable. As for those below the immortal monarch level, the number of people from the sects was even greater. This lineup completely looked like they were going to uproot Xuanzong Sect. However, all of this was unknown to Lin Rei, who was waiting for the third immortal venerable to appear in the Devil Cave in the central region, even though he had guessed that they would take action. Time passed little by little. In the blink of an eye, 6 years had passed. At this moment, only Sword Sect was left. All the clans, sects, and empires had finished gathering during these 6 years of waiting. Cultivators, soldiers are trained for 1,000 days to be used in a single day. Today is the day that you all repay your sect. Today, our destination is Heaven's Xuanzong Sect. This time, we must annihilate Xuanzong Sect. None of them will be left alive. If Lin Rei had been here, he would have recognized that the man who spoke so vehemently was Jian Wudi, the head of the law enforcement department of a sect. He was Jian Feng's father, Jian Wudi. Yes, we are anxious to annihilate Xuanzong Sect. At this moment, hundreds of thousands of people roared. One could imagine how powerful the airwaves were and how shocking the scene was. Okay, let's go. Phew. What's going on? Why am I so nervous? Did something happen to the sect? At this moment, this was the only thing that Lin Rei could think of. Then, he began to worry. Ding dong, the extraction is complete. A ray of light appeared and then disappeared. A silhouette appeared. It was a burly man who looked very different from the previous two. With a loud bang, the man arrived in front of Lin Rei and knelt on the ground. Suddenly, his body trembled violently. Lin Rei almost lost his balance. I'm Kuei Gang, young master subordinate. I'm at the peak of late immortal venerable realm. Young master can order me around without any complaints. Looking at Kuei Gang, Lin Rei didn't have the mood to chat with them. He immediately asked Kuei Gang to stand up and spoke in an emotional tone. You guys, although it's a little inappropriate to give you this task, it's related to the strength of the sect. I'll have to trouble you guys. As soon as these words came out, the three of them seemed to be overwhelmed by the favor. They immediately knelt down in front of Lin Rei, their eyes full of respect. We came out to deal with all kinds of troubles and enemies for young master. Therefore, young master, you don't have to say these words again. We're willing to do it. Please give us your orders, young master. As soon as these words came out, Lin Rei admired them even more. He didn't waste any more words. Kuei Gang and Ling Yu, the two of you go to the Eastern Sky Xuanzong Sect and protect the Xuanzong Sect. Kill all intruders, no matter who they are. Even if they're immortal venerables from the immortal world, so what? As soon as these words came out, Lin Rei's murderous aura burst forth. Yes, we'll follow your orders. Kuei Gang and Ling Yu were about to leave when they suddenly remembered that they didn't even know the way to the immortal world, let alone the Eastern Xuanzong Sect. Oh, right, I forgot to give you a map. Looking at their indifferent expressions, Lin Rei knew the whole story. Then, he took out a jade slip and threw it to Kuei Gang. Alright, hurry up and go. Oh right, bring 16 people from the Azura clan with you. You must ensure the safety of the Xuanzong Sect. As for the coordinates of the Xuanzong Sect, I've already marked them down. You'll be able to reach there by following the coordinates. Yes, we'll take our leave first. With a whoosh, Kuei Gang and the 16 people from the Azura clan disappeared from the Devil's Den. The moment they disappeared, Lin Rei's heart relaxed a lot. However, it was inevitable for him to be worried. Name, Lin Rei. Age, 324. System level, 2 cultivation, early stage immortal emperor experience, 854949676. 8. $6 billion, spiritual roots, thunder, fire, wood, metal chaos spiritual roots talent, beginner immortal supremacy cultivation technique, chaotic scripture level 2, incomplete, devouring heavenly technique, growable, Hongmeng alchemy, entry-level cultivation technique, cloud technique emperor level cultivation technique, same formation emperor level cultivation technique, tyrant body technique, emperor level cultivation technique, thunder tyrant body, zone level secret technique, martial technique, butterfly steps, entry level, stellar finger, proficient, silent thunder spear technique, high-level dark level martial technique, now at entry level able to produce 3 lightning bolts, 10,000 sword technique, heaven level, level 3 incineration, emperor level, dragon subduing step, emperor level, Azura spear technique, king level, Azura sword formation, king level, divine transformation, emperor level, spiritual treasure, martial emperor divine spear, low-grade divine weapon, growable, 10,000 magic sword, gradeless, 10,000 beasts furnace, heaven and earth bell, supreme grade immortal weapon, heavenly temple, superior grade immortal weapon, heaven and earth huayu, gradeless, heavenly battle, upgradable, equipment, flowing cloud immortal weapon, supreme grade set, mount, golden immortal lucky draw wheel, 2-character lottery system, none reputation, none exchange points, none spiritual stones, 0 king level alchemist, 69583100000, emperor level array. Master, 35243010000000, heaven level weapon refiner, 345685000000, talisman master, not activated war generals, Hong Lian, unknown, Dian Wei, Bai Qi, peak great golden immortal, Tian Yun, Ming, Bing, peak late immortal emperor, Chu Huang, Tianheng, Zhong Pu, peak late immortal emperor, Jin Luying, peak late immortal venerable, Ling Yu, late immortal venerable, Kuei Gang, peak late immortal venerable. Top spiritual herbs, heaven and earth treasures, 50 kilograms of purple gold nephrite, 50 kilograms of purple gold sand, 50 kilograms of purple gold divine iron. Side mission, within 300 years, reach the cultivation level that the system thinks of. If you can't complete it, the system has the right to kill you directly. When you have enough strength, rescue the suppressed Pai Xiao. Pills, sword-breaking pill, heaven level, 11 mind control pills, 7,836 mind control pills. Suddenly, after Keegan disappeared, Linley's information interface suddenly appeared. This was completely unexpected. What made Linley feel strange was that there was an additional warrior-level character's name and level of training in his information. Chapter 4:15. However, after thinking about it, he understood that this was probably a sign that the system was going to be upgraded. However, it was also because of this that Lin Rei was curious about the changes that would happen after the third level of the system was upgraded. Now you know the benefits of upgrading the system, right? That's why you should hurry up and find a higher grade of spiritual energy. Once the system is upgraded, it'll naturally be more beneficial to you. Lin Rei was puzzled. He didn't understand why the little dragon could always easily find out what he was thinking and even come out to criticize him. It's not impossible for me to find out. The reason why I can know what you're thinking is because I'm your heart, so I naturally know what you're thinking. Ugh. After rolling his eyes at the little dragon, he didn't say anything else. Instead, he looked in the direction of the entrance of the Devil's Denver. His heart was restless and uneasy. Sigh. I wonder how the Xuanzong sect is doing now. With regards to his wife's worries, even though he had sent people over, Linley didn't feel the slightest bit relaxed right now. Seeing Lin Rei sigh with worry in his eyes, the little dragon couldn't stand it any longer and scolded Lin Rei, useless thing. The most important thing for you to do now is to go to planet Aqua Blue and release the Pai Xiao. If you can't even do this, then it'll be even more impossible for you to see your wife and child in the future because by then, you'll already be dead. As soon as the little dragon said this, Lin Rei was stunned for a moment. Then, he calmed down and looked at the situation calmly. You're right. Then, he turned around and said indifferently to the 20 Shura clan members that Luing had left behind, all of you, follow me to a place in a while. When you're there, pay attention to hiding your new cultivation level. Remember not to reveal your cultivation level because most of the people on that planet are ordinary people. All of you understand. With a plop, everyone knelt on the ground and said respectfully, yes, young master. We'll remember young master's orders. We definitely won't reveal even a bit of our cultivation level. Yes. Seeing how everyone was treating him with such respect, Linley felt like he was about to explode with joy. Seeing so many people who were more powerful than him standing in front of him, this was a feeling that no one else would ever experience. Alright, get up. After saying this to the people kneeling on the ground, he turned around and looked at the little dragon. Alright, let's get started. I don't want to delay things over there and then delay things over here. You're worth teaching. Looking at the anxious Lin Rei, the little dragon did not waste any more words. It waved its hand, and with a ripping sound, the space in front of it was torn apart by the little dragon. Huff huff. Waves of heavenly dipper chi rushed out of the torn space and gently brushed past Lin Rei's cheeks. Puff! 2 blood-red wounds appeared in a flash, and purple blood flowed out in a flash. Hiss! As soon as he felt the pain, Lin Rei teleported away. Slowly, the heavenly dipper chi became denser and denser, so much so that after rushing out of the crack, it could tear the space apart. The appearance of the cracks in the space made Lin Rei panic. Celestial chi he had personally experienced it just now. Linley knew that his own level of training was already extremely high, but in front of the celestial chi, it had been as easy as blowing off a strand of hair. It had directly broken through his body, leaving behind a deep and painful memory. Seeing that the torn space was getting more and more intense, Lin Rei's eyes were filled with fear. Hee, kid, why are you afraid? Lin Rei, who was originally afraid, straightened his back the moment he heard the little dragon's words. He had a look that said, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. Humph, what a joke. Why would I be afraid? This is ridiculous. Although his tone was firm, Lin Rei's eyes could never lie. At this moment, his eyes were full of worry, fear, and shock. Heavenly Dipper Chi, in the novels of the Aqua Blue Planet where he lived before, there were stories about it. Pengu created the untainted land, but the sky outside the untainted land was filled with Heavenly Dipper Chi. Even the sage-to-be at that time would be afraid of this Chi, not to mention Lin Rei, who was only at the early stage of the Immortal Emperor realm. Hee, not bad, kid. I didn't expect the novels of your planet to be so awesome. You even know about the Heavenly Dipper Chi. However, it's a pity that the description of the Heavenly Dipper Chi is wrong. Even the saints have to be careful when dealing with the Heavenly Dipper Chi. Hiss. After hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei sucked in a breath of cold air. The look in his eyes was even more intense than before he heard the little dragon's words. Then why did you tear open the space and release the Heavenly Dipper Chi? Damn, are you playing with me? The more he listened to the little dragon, the more Lin Rei felt that something was wrong. You knew that even the saints had to be careful, so why did you still make me suffer like this? Lin Rei felt weak all over. He complained to the little dragon helplessly. Did I ask you to go and just like that? Did I say such a thing? Looking at Lin Rei's complaints, the little dragon said helplessly to Lin Rei with a strange look in his eyes. I didn't say that. In an instant, Lin Rei felt a little embarrassed. He was the one who said everything. The little dragon didn't seem to have said anything from the start to the end. Seeing the embarrassed look on Lin Lei's face, a smile appeared on his face. Alright, in a moment, I will use my energy to envelop you. This is the only way to get to planet Aqua Blue quickly. Based on your current speed, even if you fly, you won't be able to reach your home. At this point, the little dragon glanced at Lu Ying and the 20 Azura tribesmen and felt helpless. Throw all the Azura tribesmen into the system later. As for Lu Ying, let him follow you. In any case, he's a venerable immortal, so he might be of some help if he stays by your side. With that, the little dragon shut his mouth and waited for Lin Rei's actions. In an instant, after hearing the little dragon's words, Lin Rei didn't wait for the Azura tribesmen's consent. He waved his hand and threw them into the system. As for Lu Ying, he was stunned by this scene. Even though Lu Ying had lost her memories of her previous life, she was still a venerable immortal. She was still very shocked and curious about this. Alright, there will be energy enveloping you in a while. Don't resist it at all. If anything happens and you come into contact with the Heaven Star energy, no one will be able to save you. Yes, this subordinate obeys. As for the Heaven Star energy, Lu Ying had already experienced it, so he wasn't going to throw his life away and put it in. Alright, little dragon, let's go. Everything was ready and waiting for the little dragon's east wind. Then, they could ride the wind and set sail. Let's go. With a swoosh, a mysterious halo appeared around Lin Rei and Lu Ying without any warning, enveloping them. Then, without any warning, they turned into two rays of light and entered the space that the little dragon had torn apart. The moment they entered, the torn space closed up again and the space that the Heaven Star energy had rushed into also closed up the moment the first space closed up. At this moment, Lin Rei's aura disappeared from the immortal realm. No matter who it was, no one could deduce Lin Rei's existence at this moment because they didn't have the ability to guess that Lin Rei had left by tearing apart space. Whoa, this F***cur. At this moment, the dusky space was filled with a sense of mystery and oppression. Occasionally, one could even feel a suffocating feeling. Little dragon, where exactly is this place? Why do I feel like this place is very dangerous? It's like my life is going to end at any moment. At this moment, 2 rays of light streaked across the space and disappeared in the blink of an eye. If one looked closely, there were 2 people in the 2 rays of light, a man and a woman. These 2 people were Lin Rei and Lu Ying, who had been brought into this space by the little dragon. The moment they entered the space, Lin Rei felt the presence of danger. However, the further they flew, the clearer this feeling became. Of course, if Lin Rei could feel it, as a celestial supreme, Lu Ying could feel it even more. However, Lin Rei didn't say anything and she was too embarrassed to ask. She didn't have the right to ask. Lin Rei's voice was heard. The little dragon replied instantly, "Hey, this place is a very mysterious place. Not to mention celestial supremes, even supreme gods from the god realm can't fly here. Of course, other than Dao fruit sages, everyone else is basically trash here." Once this was said, Lin Rei was stunned. His eyes were filled with shock. Dao fruit sage? Damn, what kind of realm is this? Thinking of this and associating it with the little dragon's strength, Lin Rei was stunned for a moment. However, Lin Rei was pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised that the little dragon had such strength. Remember, don't make any noise here. Although only Dao fruit sages can come here, I never said that there weren't any living creatures here. Remember, if you're caught by a spacetime beast here, not to mention you, even I have to run away quickly. With my current strength, I'm no match for a spacetime beast. So, remember what I said. Remember, remember, remember. Looking at the cautious little dragon and the serious voice of the little dragon, Lin Rei knew that the spacetime beast that the little dragon was talking about was a creature that he couldn't afford to offend. However, a terrifying thought appeared in Lin Rei's mind. Hey, wait until I'm strong enough in the future. I'll definitely come here and catch a spacetime beast to be my mount. Damn you, you're crazy. How dare you have such thoughts? Let me tell you, you won't have this chance in 10,000 years. Even if it's 100,000 years, you still won't have this possibility. You're tuning into the Xiaofan's Wuxia Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.